Alright bro, in this video I'll show you exactly why most producers stay stuck and how I escaped the bedroom producer cycle at only 17 years old. I'm still in high school and you see the results in front of yourself. This is 120,000 euros, so that's even more dollars simply made from a YouTube account, and $60,000 right here from beat sales. That sums up to more than $200,000 from the exact strategy that I'm about to break down in this video and guide you exactly on each step on how I went and achieve this same strategy that is making me 10K a month consistently every single month. Now, most producers think it's just about making good music or being consistent or some other bullshit like that. Making good music, bro, I'm telling you right now, is not enough. Not anymore. And I know because I was one of the producers believing that shit. I thought that just making music will get me to the top. That's not true. I was in the middle of nowhere uploading beats and getting no sales. In this video, I'm so confident about it, bro. This can be easily the last video you'll ever need to watch ever about how to make money as a music producer. Some producers may hate me for this because I'm literally about to reveal all the sauce you need to start making a real income from your beats. And bro, think about it. Like, how many other producers do you know that are getting these kind of results and are actually teaching this? There's too much gatekeeping, too much bullshit being said, so I'm definitely done with all this shit, and I'm about to reveal all the sauce in this exact course right here, completely for free, obviously. And this is exactly the type of video I would have loved to have back when I was starting out and wanting to make money out of this music shit. Now we can actually get started. So there's gonna be probably two type of producers watching this video. One is gonna watch this, see my results, and actually understand that, you know, this is valuable information that can actually take them to this next level, and so they're willing to learn. Or the other type of producers who, you know, see this type of results, and since they haven't made a single dollar themselves, they think that, you know, I'm just lying about the shit that I'm saying and that I haven't made a single dollar. So it's easier for them to obviously take the blame from themselves and think that everybody who's getting results is simply like cheating, or that he's basically just got lucky. But the thing is, like, if you're this type of producers and you're thinking that everybody who's winning and is actually getting results is cheating, how are you even gonna get results yourself? Because you're literally the first one that is limiting yourself from actually getting the results and opening yourself to learn and take the opportunity to actually scale your career. Now, another thing is that producers think that all they gotta do is make beats, and the more beats they make, the higher the results will be. And you know, like, I can't even blame them because that's everything you see online. You know, the top producers going to the studios making like 20 beats in a session, and you see they're getting like platinum records, going Billboard, and working with their favorite artists. The thing is, though, those type of results from the top producers, they can do that. Like, that's the highest leverage activity they can do because they already built a brand, they already built like authority, and they're already established in the game. But if you're an up and coming producer, only around like 20% of your time should be on actually focusing on making music and, you know, like simply making beats, because what you're missing to get those type of results and then make the music and have all the freedom that you want as the top producers, to get to that point, you're still missing the information and the strategies to, you know, build the opportunity to actually get the leverage to do those kind of activities. So if you're an up and coming producer, the highest leverage activity that you can do is literally just obtaining the right information to take it to the next level. And that's literally the whole point of why I'm making this video, and actually like showing you the actionable steps to go from another nobody bedroom producer to literally a full-time like music producer. Because I told you, I was just like you, like another kid from the middle of nowhere in his bedroom, just wanting to make this music work. And I put so much focus on actually learning because that's literally everything you're going to need to really like scale it up. On top of that, I also want you to actually switch the mindset to knowing that this is fucking possible, bro, 100%. If you're the first one to think that, or like that you're wondering, I don't even know if like this is gonna work, or maybe like I'm not the right type of person to actually do it, bro, you're just like blocking your road, bro. You're the first one that is putting limits and obstacles to yourself. So definitely delete all of that shit. Because if you're watching this video, I can tell that you probably want to achieve that financial freedom and actually do the music thing full time, right? So you gotta be the first one to believe in yourself and actually think that this is possible. That was me when I was starting out, bro. When I was just making beats in my bedroom at the very beginning, I was already seeing myself at the top 1% of the producers and actually doing this thing full time. So I was already like visioning myself because I thought 100% that this was possible. And that's everything I wanted to achieve. So I really want you to have this type of mindset as throughout the whole video. And actually, like, believe me when I say that everything that you want to achieve, as long as you put the work in, like, it's definitely possible. And going back to this, then, bro, like, definitely take the chance to completely delete your ego. I know as producers, we tend to think that, we already know everything, but the whole point of like learning information and opening yourself up to opportunities to learn is that you can always learn and always get better. And that's why, bro, I'm so confident that I'm always gonna go up, because I got that type of mindset where I know that I always need to get better. I'm never stopping myself and I'm never thinking that I know everything, and I'm always opening myself up to new opportunities. So that gotta be you. Start deleting your ego, start being more humble, and actually take the chance to learn from people who are already achieved what you want to achieve. All right. The whole point of, again, doing this course is to show you the exact strategy and system I use to make thousands every single month and get all of my connections, placements, and all of basically the money I've been making right now that I'm 17 years old. But most importantly, I do want to show you and put a lot of focus in why type beats are so good, bro. Because if you're watching this video, you're like kind of new to this whole world of like selling beats online, and especially type beats and like uploading your beats on YouTube. You might have seen that there's really a shit ton of ways to make money as a musician, and particularly like as a producer. Basically, just to make it simple, we as producers, we got our beats to sell, right? Obviously, that's the most obvious thing. But these beats, like, there's a whole bunch of ways to get them heard and like make money out of them. But not all of them are good as type beats. In fact, like, type beats is probably like way, way, way better than all of like the other ways you can think of, especially if you're like a beginner producer and nobody knows you, you still don't have a brand. Or even if you're like an already established producer, maybe even the industry, maybe even with gold records, and you have went Billboard, you still depend on labels, you still depend on managers hitting you up and all that dumb shit. While if you got type beats, bro, you can literally just be a kid in a bedroom, just as I am, and still make thousands of dollars without depending on no one. So you can decide who you work with, when you want, where you want, however you want. But obviously, said like this is too simple. So let me go in depth on why type beats, and especially like uploading your beats on YouTube, is so good and way better than any other like business model as a music producer. So the first point that I see a lot of producers like bring up is, going to the industry. It's so easy to believe that all of the industry producers, even the top ones, are living like the dream lifestyle of every producer, the nice cars, the luxurious homes and all that shit. And the reality is you can make money on the industry, but it's like the 0.001% of producers that are making money like that. I'm talking about the really top producers, bro. Even if you go Billboard, even if you got crazy plans and millions of streams, bro, as I said, you still depend on labels to pay you. And like, let's be real, bro. Labels don't even like to pay us producers. I can talk from my personal experience. I got a placement with Anali Choppa. It got like more than 30 million streams. The album went on Billboard. So it was a crazy song. Guess how much money I made from that? Zero. Like, I'm being that ass serious, bro. I'm still waiting for the abatement for that song. I still gotta find a publisher to register it. And the advance still hasn't come, so I'm waiting for the label to prepare it, bro. And there's so much legal stuff that you need to go over. Like, waiting 2 years to get paid from a song, to me, that's crazy. Even if you got million streams, you can tell that's crazy. So what you're doing is basically depending on labels to pay you. You're waiting on someone, and you know that if you want to make money, you can't wait on no one. Like, you gotta depend on yourself only. So that's the first point, bro. Like, if you're relying only on the industry to make money, it's like, I'd say it's something like a gamble, and I'm get to that in a second. But on top of that, I think I also have the confidence to talk about this because I literally had industry producers DMing me on Instagram and like telling me that they wanted to get into type beats because they know how hard it is to like maintain a career in the industry. They literally said that they don't make that much money on Instagram. And I'm talking about like, bro, Billboard producers. Like, that ass have like platinum records. And they come to me on Instagram because they said, bro, like, I really like it's shit to depend on like other people to to get paid. If I edit this video, I'll put literally a screenshot of a conversation I had. This guy got placements with Ski Mask, the Slam card. I think he's a platinum producer. He's won Billboard multiple times, and yeah, he said that thing about the industry. That's why everybody wants to focus on Thai beats, and industry producers know that they just don't say it online. So that's also one thing. Like I said, making money in the industry is like a gamble. Let me explain why. So we already said that you depend on labels, you depend on managers. Sorry. um and the reason why it's a gamble is because, okay, most producers like send out loops or beats, to whatever context they have, either on the phone or like on the Gmails, and that's cool. Like, you're putting your stuff out there. Okay, very good. Only thing is, bro, if you don't have a brand, or even if you do have one, you're a established producer, whatever you want, if you're sending out loops like that, you're basically praying that someone will see your loops like on the Gmail. Maybe they're not even on the spam folder or like in your phone number. I can tell our producers get flooded with loops like that. You gotta pray for someone to see it, and you gotta pray for someone to use it. And even if in the case like they use it, what's the chance that it's gonna get plays? Like, do you know how many beats producers make a day? That's like it's literally like just a chance game. And when there's not a strategy and like a system that is proven to work, me personally, bro, I don't really like playing that kind of game. So this is like one of the main points, and I think is really important. And yeah, bro, like literally just the day before yesterday, I was in Milan in a studio session with some Billboard producers, and we had this conversation going about sending out loops and beats. And particularly, this guy said, I only use loops and FOPs, whatever. Like, I only work with producers that are really close with. So for example, he said that his Gmail and phone number was getting spammed with loops and beats. In like 4 days he was flooded, so he had to every day like remove all of that shit and just keep it clean. So imagine if you were one of those producers sending out loops or beats to that email. You put all of your work and effort into making those loops. Maybe they're even the best ones you have, but if they don't use it that time, boom, they're gone. So it's literally like, as I said, a gamble where you have to pray for them to see it, you have to pray for them to use it, and you have to pray for them to place it. So it's literally, you can see that it's a strategy that doesn't rely fully on yourself. There's so many variables that can depend on like what other producers do, if the label wants to get the song, if the artist fucks with a loop, because maybe the producers can send it out to the artist, but it's not 100% like uh, I don't even get the word, bro, but you're not certain that they're gonna use it, if that makes sense. And this is what happens like when you're just sending out loops and you want to go into the industry route. I mean, it's not even just working online. I see producers even going to music studios because maybe they want to do it in the old way. Bro, I think I don't even gotta talk about this, bro. Like, think about all the active time that you're wasting going to music studios. Maybe maybe you're even having fun and making music, but what's the results of that? You can spend 7 hours in a music studio, make like 10 beats, and out of those 10 beats, after you go to 100 sessions, maybe you're gonna get one placed. And even if you get plays, once again, boom, like the cycle keeps going, bro, because you depend on labels to pay you. Maybe they don't even pay you. This song might not even drop, bro. Like, there's literally too much shit. I think I'm even being boring right now, but you can tell the point. And like, this is even worse, bro, than sending out loops, because to make money, bro, you gotta have something on autopilot. Like, you literally gotta have something that while you go to sleep, you sure that you're still making money like that. Like, literally, if I go to sleep, I can check my phone, and maybe the day after, I got 2 beat sales, and my beats on YouTube are still getting views, and I'm not doing anything. So for example, I could plan out my beats for this week, do nothing, and still make money. While if I don't go to music studio, if I don't keep building my network with all of this route, I'm basically cooked, if that makes sense. And yeah, like, it's crazy because, as I said, there's industry producers still saying, coming up to me and saying and being like, bro, you gotta teach me how to do this type beat shit, because the industry is not worth it, man. You might get excited by looking at what everybody's doing on social medias, but on like behind the scenes is definitely not good. And that's one route. Now, one of the other ones I see is grinding on IG and selling the beats directly to artists, or like, for example, uploading short form and hoping that the artists see your beats. Now, this could be a good way to start. Maybe you can make some money, make some quick bread. But and I mean, I used to do it even at the beginning, but obviously you can tell that I'm not doing it right now. Now that I have a system that works, so you can tell that this is not a scalable stuff. Once again, we gotta talk about active time that you're spending um, doing this stuff. Let me see if it's recording. Yeah, it is. So the active time that you're putting into this type of work, you gotta understand that every business model that is goaded, as I said, you put an input and without depending on your location or your time or like how much you're working, you can still get the desired outcome. If you're doing this shit, bro, it's similar to like being in the music studios. You're spending your time on your Instagram DMs trying to find artists that are interested into your beats, and so you're constantly like there grinding on the chats. You're not even like doing something that you like because it can get very boring, like annoying to find artists that are not even gonna pay for your beats, bro. Like, do you know how many artists are out there that simply want to steal beats? So once again, you're like spending active time on this and you're not even sure of the outcome. And even if you do find a way to sell a beat, what is it for? Like $50? You're not gonna sell a exclusive license like that with an artist that you just texted. So even there, like you gotta build a relationship with the artist. It takes a lot of investment into your time. This should be a clock, by the way. um, you gotta keep sending them beats. They gotta find one that they like, bro. Like I think I even wasting my time trying to explain this stuff, but I still think that some producers think this is a good route. So yeah, apart from the active time that you just put it in there, that is basically going literally to waste. You also gotta think about the difficulty that you have about finding these artists. So many people just do the thing of like looking up at coming artists on the Instagram search bar and start scrolling until they see one that match their style, bro. So let me ask you one question. Do you know how many niches and type of beats there are out there that artists are making? So you're literally once again wasting, bro. I'm literally talking about wasting your time looking for an artist and try to convince them to buy your beats, bro. That shit makes no sense, literally. So like you can tell from this point I'm even getting mad about it. Sorry, but it's literally just automatic because it really pisses me off, and I hate to see producers wasting their times while they could be doing something that is 10x like more productive than what they're currently doing. And these two routes literally, bro, go into the void. Like the results that you're gonna get are so slow that there's no even point in following this route. So what do you do then? Because working in the industry, that what everybody thinks of a producer. This is not a good route. So selling beats on IG, definitely that's even worse. So why do type beats work so well then? And now we get to the sauce. And I think a lot of producers still sleep on this. Now, I want to take some time to talk about this because it's important for you to know and for you to be 100% certain that this is the best route that you can go as a producer. And the reason I want to spend time on this is because there are too many misconceptions about what type beats are, first of all, and why people think are not good, while in reality they're literally goated. I mean, again, bro, I'm making thousands every month, just making one beat a day in 20 minutes and uploading it to YouTube. So you can tell how much other free time I have to focus on this other stuff, which again, bro, working in the industry is not bad, but you gotta do it like you can't depend only on this to make money. I'm still working in the industry. Don't get me wrong. I'm still getting placements. Still building good connections. I'm still going to music studios, but that's not the only thing I'm doing, bro. Like I'm making majority of my money with type beats, and I'm not depending on on anyone else. So first of all, let's break down the misconceptions about type beats and why people think are not good, and all the false beliefs that lie around this. So the very most common one is literally that it's all about luck. And bro, this pisses me off so bad, bro, because as someone who has worked in the type beat industry for more than 3 years, I've opened like something like 7 channels and blew all of them up. I can tell you 100%, like so sure that it's not based on like luck at all, bro. Why though? Like why I think it's not based on luck? Okay, I mean, bro, if you want, I can re-show you my results again. This is just from my main channel, taking consideration that $120,000 euros. Sorry, so that's even more dollars. In profit from AdSense from this channel, and these are all the beat sales I got. So $60,000. That's close to $200,000 just from posting my beats online that I make in 20 minutes and call it a day. But if I let you see my other channels, This is just a couple of the ones I have. 5,000 subscribers, 7,000 subscribers. Now it's not even all of them because I got it on my phone, but I think I put some pictures here as I'm talking. But or even better, look, I'ma just show them, bro, on YouTube because I really care about this stuff. But for example, my biggest upload channel, bro, 46 uploads. I got 7K subscribers. A beat with over 1.5 million views, as you can see here. Uploaded 10 months ago. Half a million views, 100,000 views. Like, bro, 200,000 views, 60,000 views. So you get that this, if it was luck, bro, I could have just got one channel maybe, and you could think it's this one. This is the second one I have. But, like, bro, I literally have a shit ton of others, bro. Like, I can spend so much time showing you my channels. I look and I like chop what I beat, boom. The first one that popped on is mine. This got almost 2 million views, bro. And let's see how many beats I uploaded on this channel. 23 videos, 5K subscribers. I beat with almost 2 million views. This one that got 400,000 views. So again, this is really crazy results. I got even others ones, bro. Like I can literally spend like infinite, unlimited amount of time here showing them to you. Let me see if I find it. Yeah, this one. This was about a year ago where I opened it. Again, already this big of 100,000 views, 7K subscribers, 60 videos, bro. So, like, I can't keep going forever, bro. But you get the point. Like, if it was really all about luck, bro, I don't think there's this type of luck. Like, I'm either the most, like, the luckiest person on this earth that is getting these results every time he opens a Type Beat channel, or since I don't think that's the case because it's literally like impossible to have a luck like that. Maybe I just have like a strategy that works every time that I'm literally applying on every single Type B channel that I open that I'm sure 100% is always gonna work. And I think this makes more sense, to be honest. Like, we obviously don't live in a world where impossible things happen. So I think this really makes more sense. And you can tell by all of the channels I have, bro. I can keep going, but like, bro, I don't even think that's the point. You can do your research. I have other videos going over, like, actually my results. I don't want to waste your time, like, just proving to you that, I have these results. So this is definitely not about luck. Obviously, the game changes. Obviously, in this video, I'm going to go over what is working now and what is gonna work, and how like to keep up with trends and not make your channel fall off. Because keep in mind, I've been running this channel for 3 years and my views have always been like on an all-time high. I'm getting thousands of views every single day. So it's something that I'm still doing full time. So now that we have broken down like this first misconception, let's go to the other one, and is the oversaturation. How many times saturation? Okay, bro, if I misspell it, I'm not good at writing while talking, but how many times have you heard the infamous sentence of Thai beats are oversaturated, or even worse, Thai beats are dead? Bro, I hate so much people that talk about them like this, and I explain you why in a second. First of all, bro, all of the people that say this are one, either people that failed at it, and I don't really get the point of why someone who wants to make money, wants to be a successful music producer, and wants to do it full time should listen to people that failed at it. Like, bro, this literally makes no sense. Like, if you want to achieve something, you always, and I say always, gotta look up to the people who already made what you have done, and you should learn from them. So, bro, I don't fucking know. Like, if I wanted to learn drop shipping today, I'm not gonna listen to the friend next to my home went bankrupt because he tried to open a drop shipping store and said that it doesn't work and it's all about luck. I'm gonna listen to the people, I don't know, online, or like the people I know that are making banks off that shit. And this is the whole point. Like, why you should listen to people who maybe failed at it, and that's not even the only option. Maybe they also have like a successful channel. The only thing though is that that was from years ago. I remember when I just said that the algorithm changes, things move very fast. If you had a Type B channel that was successful years ago, maybe you have fallen off now. And there's so many examples of this, bro, that it's like you can't teach and you can't have the confidence to say that something doesn't work if you have been doing it like 5 years ago. Now the game is completely different. The channels that are popping up now have nothing to do with the other ones that used to pop up in the times of like Cash Money AP or TNT. So definitely people who used to do it a lot of years ago and people who failed are not the best example to hear that from. Is it oversaturated? Absolutely no. You can tell that I'm still making bands of this shit. I opened so many channels, either from like 2 years ago. I'm still running them now. All of my students from Six Fig Academy are still like running them and are still getting results. So this kind of give you like a hint, and you can tell. Look at that. I must 500,000 views in 1 month. This is not saturation, bro. The thing that is saturated is obviously the amount of producers doing them, but I say saturated, but that's not the right term because that's not saturation, bro. Like it's like there could be 1,000 producers uploading one beat every day, but maybe only one of them is good. So who's the competition there? It's only the producer who is doing it correctly. And I'm giving these sauce for free, bro. So even so, like if you take advantage of these, if you don't take advantage of this, bro, there might be other producers who take advantage of these and start making bands of this stuff. Like make a way Zay, bro. Just by following my free advice, he got a beat to 1K views. Let me look it up. He just followed my free advice, bro, and he got a monetized channel and he's getting thousands of views every upload. So if you take advantage of it and like you actually have brain cells to understand that if you're a good producer and you have the right strategy, there's no competition for you. Literally, look at that. These are all like the recent beats. He got 4,000 subscribers and just 200 uploads. These are very good results. Is it saturation? I don't think so, bro. So definitely, even the oversaturation false belief is 100% not true. Okay, now that we have breaking this down, I think we can we can start talking about what actually are type beats and what is this mystical strategy or however one wants to call it that took me from zero to thousands of dollars every month and almost a total profit of close to $200,000. So let's look at my channel. Like let's take a quick look and let's see what do you see. Type beats, most people think they are just a beat that targets a specific artist. So for example, and that follows also that kind of style. So for example, I'm doing splurge type beats. The average producer would think of the 2018 type of beats, the no virality beats that used to trend at that time, because I'm calling them splurge type beat. Now, probably you haven't listened to none of my beats on my channel, but if you do listen to even just one of them, like the most recent ones that I have, they have nothing and are literally saying nothing to do with splurge. That's the whole point about type beats. Now it might be confusing as I'm saying it right now, but as I keep talking, it's gonna start to make sense. So the whole point of type beats is not because we wanna like we like I don't know a future song, so we make a future type beat and upload it on our channel just because oh, I had the creative spark to do that. Type beats, bro, I'm so that is serious about them. They're an actual business model like any other like type of business that you could think of. And as a business model, we're gonna market our product. Remember, at the very beginning, us as producers, we have our beats that we need to sell, right? This is our product. The best way to market our product is obviously to put it out there online. And if you do it with a strategy, boom, type beats come like that. You put them on YouTube, and the word type beat is literally just a word to market your beat and your sound and your brand. So now people know me for my splurge type beats, even though my sound is different, though my brand has built on this. So all of the artists, all of the connections, all of the producers and managers I'm working with know it from here. Keep in mind, I started from a village in the middle of nowhere with no brand. Nobody knew about me, no industry advice, anything like that. And still like people know me. So I marketed my way up thanks to type beats. That's why I'm so attached to them and why I'm 100% serious. Every producer could take advantage of them. Now, let's talk about. So, I think it's clear that type beats are a little way to market your beats. Okay, they are not beats inspired by an artist. Obviously, there's niches and all the stuff that we're gonna go over later on, but they're an actual like way to market your products. And another good thing is usually to market your stuff, you spend money. With type beats, you get paid to market your beats. Like, bro, the profit margin is like 200% there. Like, not only you're selling a digital product, so you keep 100% of the profit, you're getting paid to promote that product, bro. It's like, bro, even if I don't make a sale, I'm still making banks of like this type beats. Like, I can show you my most popular beat. I made like $6,000 just off the beat that I uploaded, no sales. Do you know any producer that without type beat, look, $4,000 off a beat that like, you can add the beat sales on top of that. But just even if I hadn't sold, even if I didn't sell like not even one copy of this beat, I would have still cashed out 4.3k dollar, like euros, from this beat only. And bro, look how many beats I have. These are compound views, these are compound money. Again, I can go to sleep today, I can sleep like a baby because I know that even in my sleep, these beats are still gonna get views and still gonna get me sales, even if I don't go to music studios, even if I don't send out loops that day, even if I don't DM any artist on Instagram. So you're getting paid to market your beats basically. Um and yeah, like this is the whole like process about type beats, and YouTube is just the bottom, like the top funnel of our of whole like the sales funnel, and it's not a crazy one. People click on the type beat because it's appealing to them. You put a purchase link in the description, and people go to your beat store and they purchase it. Like, it's that simple. Okay, and now we got this clear. But how do you start with type beats? Like, it's so easy to say it, but it's so complicated to even start. So now we can actually start and looking at how you start a type beat business, because these things, remember, they are related. So for the old video, remember, everything I'm talking about here is based on a business strategy. And now let's talk about how to build this business. All right. So we're producers again. We got beats. Cool. Okay, that's clear. If you want to get views though, if you want to get this type of views, you gotta have a good product. Okay. You can do all of the market research you want, all of, I don't know, the craziest strategy. Like, you can do everything perfectly. If a beat sucks, nobody's gonna purchase it. The watch time is gonna be trash. The views are gonna be trash. So if you wanna get into type beats, you gotta be 100% sure. And I'm saying 100% sure that your shit is good, bro. Because that's literally the only foundation of type beats. If you're missing this pillar, nothing is gonna work. Now, I know most of you guys are gonna skip this part because you are so confident that your beats are already good. I get it. As producers, we have a huge ego. We always think that our music is the best. What I recommend you to do though is you wanna click on the top performing beats on YouTube and check how they're sounding like. You're gonna see a big difference, bro. When I opened my first channel that I still got on YouTube, like, everybody can literally check it out, I was so confident that my beats were good, but that simply wasn't the case because I just started out. In fact, the views weren't all that great. I was getting a couple thousand views, but nothing was really popping off and getting the millions of views and the thousands of dollars that I wanted to make. And I realized that I had to develop, like, to get better at making beats by listening to what others were making. Your competition, listen to your competition. So you can literally look up the word type beat and start clicking and listening to the beats that have the highest amount of views. What you want to do is play their beats and then play one of yours. Is the mixing like the same? You gotta check. I don't know. Is the I don't know, the melodic part is saying, like, is it comparable quality wise to your beats? I don't know. You gotta check. So it's like you're getting feedback for yourself, but you're not the only competition you're listening to. You're actually seeing what's going on, like, with the beats online. And trust me, like, you're gonna get a lot of clues on what is working and why these beats are getting views. Or you can simply, like, ask advice to your friends. But this is all just to make sure that you know your beats are good. Okay? Like, this is literally the first step. Again, if these are not good, forget about all the business strategies I'm going to talk about. So if you come to this part of the free course and you think you're not to that level yet, close this off, go grind on FL Studio, come back months later here so that you're ready to actually start learning. Um, okay, so now that you know that your beats are good, cool, you're ready to start. Now, again, remember when I said there's so many niches on YouTube, bro? Like, even here, I just look type beat. There's gonna be so many, like, different type of beats. Like, you go from underground to Jack Harlow industry beats to boom bap to trap beats to Mac Miller. Like, look, I can keep scrolling forever. It's gonna be a shit ton of, like, different type of beats, different aesthetics. So I know that it can get, like, even frustrating to see all of this different stuff and not knowing, like, how to even start. So let's take it step by step because that's the only point of this course. Once you know that you're good, you gotta know what you're specifically good at. So here's when you start diving down into what your kind of niche, and most importantly what your kind of sound that you like doing. Look, when people on board, like in my 6 Figure Academy program where they work one-on-one with me, the first question I ask them is, what do you like making? Like, what are you good at? What is your type of beat that you think you can make every day and never get tired of it? I found mine. These are like the Texas beats, just like the freestyle beats that I really love to make. I always used to make them. I still make them because I love doing them. That's why for me it's so easy to be consistent. And remember, being consistent is literally the most important part for a type beat channel, because that's when we're gonna talk about the strategy, I'm gonna put a lot of attention into that. But yeah, this like consistency comes only by doing something that you like doing. So first of all, we gotta think about you and think about what you like doing. Okay. So once you find that and you're sure that you're good at it, now we can start diving down into the niche. Okay, so we said a lot of stuff already, but just to not make it confusing, let's just recap after every section what I've just said so that it's clear. So first of all, we talk about what type beats are and why they're so good and why the other methods are not even comparable to type beats to get started or even if you're already established. Now, we introduce how to start finding your niche going from what you're already good at making. And now here, I'll say something that you might not want to hear, bro, but it's a hard truth. And look here what I'm opening, bro. If you kind of are into type beats, you already know a lot about the software. Either it is vidIQ or TubeBuddy. But I'll tell you something. If you're still using TubeBuddy or vidIQ to find your keywords and build your channel all around that, you're absolutely cooked. Like, bro, absolutely, bro. This shit's like, this is an outdated strategy. It used to work years ago. Now it doesn't work anymore because, as I said, the game changes. You gotta know how to stay on top of trends, bro. This shit is completely cooked. You don't want to use this to build a whole channel around it, bro. And the niche part that we're gonna talk about now. So let's add a brick here and let's start focusing on the first very big and important section, which gonna be the niche one. If you get this wrong, everything that I'm gonna be talking about later is not gonna work because everything relies on your niche. If the niche is not good, if the product that you wanna put out there is not good, is not trendy, nobody's looking for it, you can do everything you want, but it's not gonna work. And this like there's a lot to be said into the niche. So please, like, even if you're watching this course, I hope you're getting some notes and like getting like a structure in front of you because like there's really a lot of stuff that we need to go over if you want to really do it correctly. But just know, just to start out, VitaQ or TubeBuddy, whatever you want to use, like, bro, literally, I've seen producers still teaching the method. Oh, yeah, go here, look up future type beat. Let's see how this is. Wow, bro, this is so good. Okay, let me look it up on YouTube. Do you know what happens if I look it up, bro? It's cooked. It's absolutely cooked. These producers are buying views. The one that are ranking in the searches, bro, they're buying views. You can't copy a strategy from someone that is buying views, bro. If you do that organically, which is what we want to do if we want to build a lasting brand, it's not gonna work. And I don't even know why it's saying that future type B like that is good, bro. Don't ask me why. It used to be better. Now I said it's not working anymore. So I'll tell you the method I'm using and that all of my students from 6 Figure Academy are using to find their niches and actually build a successful channel around it. It's the same method that I use to build all of my type B channels on YouTube. So this is literally what I'm doing every day and what I would do if I had to open a channel right now, like on YouTube. Now, remember when we were talking about you gotta do something that you like doing? I think I'll spend a little bit more time on that because that's also important. Not just for you and like your mental health and what you like doing, but actually for the chance of your channel to succeed. So that also counts part of the business. Because first I mentioned that having good beats and like doing a niche that you like doing is part of the consistency that you can put into a channel, and that's very very obviously there's a shit ton of niches out there. You know that you could be doing hood beats, R&B, whatever you like doing. That's the most important part because you first gotta know what you're good at. Remember, we're selling beats, so we're selling a product. If our product is not good, nothing is gonna work by principle. So you first gotta figure out what you think you can sustain for a long period of time. Remember, type B channels are a long-term thing. You can't just start a type B channel, you know, and start making 10K a month in 30 days. That's not possible. It took me 3 years, as you see, like all of my journeys documented here. So it literally took me time to build it in a way where it's actually very sustainable and profitable. And this would have happened if I would have just, be burnt out from making beats that I don't like doing. This is a mistake I see really like too many producers doing, and is that they think that if a niche is working, then they might see views right away, but then they might start liking the beats that they make. But first of all, they're not even good at it, and second, they get burnt out very quickly. First, because you might not see results right away, and also because you don't like making those beats by the beginning. So first of all, I'd say find a niche that you actually like doing. I can show you all of the beats that I uploaded here, bro. It's always the same title and same strategy. So these beats are very similar one to each other. Obviously, they're not the same. I'm switching something from them, but the key point that you need to figure out is that you gotta sustain it in a very long, like in a very, you gotta think about it in a very long term way. Now, once you get this right, you can then move on to the next steps. As you can see right here, I chose my sound and I've been consistent with it for 3 years, and now I literally developed a brand with this sound. And this is why I'm so easily recognizable and why artists love my beats and people keep purchasing them, is because you build a brand around what you like doing. Imagine if one day from another I started uploading some type of other beats like R&B or Drake type beats. Nothing makes sense, right? So finding a niche literally starts by knowing where you want to go, like what direction you want your channel to go. Okay, once we get this right, we can actually go to step two. Actually, let's get this right here. So step one is finding what you're good at. I'ma literally just put the most important words here. I'm not very good at writing in the computer, but now let's go to step two. This is, bro, it's literally the core of like all the process. So pay close attention to this step, bro. If you get this wrong, you might lose on a lot of successful niches. And right here, we're actually going into the first method of finding a niche. I'll show you different methods to find one. This is the current one that I'm using, and I think it's probably the best working one. Okay, what you want to do, right here, you're on YouTube, right? YouTube is literally where artists go to buy beats. I think this is obvious. So what producers get wrong is they tend to look up a keyword, on YouTube. Like here, I literally search future type beat. They might be, okay, yeah, I like making future beats. So let's just look future type beats, see what's going on here, and try to replicate what these guys are doing. What happens with this is most of the cases, producers dominating the YouTube searches are either buying views or are already very established channels, which is very hard to take inspiration from to build your own channel, because that is not gonna work. In fact, if I open all these channels that are popping up here, they're probably like, I don't want to shit on the producers, but I'm just being straight up honest, bro. These guys are buying views. So if you want to do that organically, is not the way to go. These channels are not a good example to start from if you want to do what you want to do. So the way I do it, and it's a new method that I really like using right now, is you want to create a burner account. This method is goated, bro. Right here, I have a channel that I open literally just to consume type B content. So let me break this down very slowly. What you want to do is you create a new channel, completely new, and you don't want to look at other type of content if not type beats. Everything gotta be relying on type beats. So you wanna, if you see a type beat in your homepage, you click into that and you start watching the video. You can literally look up any keyword that you like now there's a Lil Tony beat that popped up, so you can literally look Lil Tony type beat, and what you wanna do is scroll down and start listening to these beats. Literally, like you literally just go here and watch them as they were an actual YouTube video. Might not be the most entertaining thing that you can do in a day, but it's really worth it, like in the long run, for what you want to build up to. So you go here, just let the video scroll. You can maybe interact with it, like you can drop a couple comments. We're doing all of this just to let YouTube know, okay, I like this type of content, so suggest me more of that. Bro, this method is goated. I swear, like, so many producers are sleeping on this. I repeat, like, they're still doing the outdated strategies. This is literally the way to go right now, bro. Because the genius thing about this, bro, you're watching type B content, and artists do the same thing. So you're putting yourself in an artist's shoes, and by doing that, you exactly know what YouTube is recommending to these artists. Because if you think about it, right, an artist that looks up type beat on YouTube is very likely to have some type beats in his own page. And the beats that get recommended in the homepage are not definitely the beats that are buying views, because those get recommended in the YouTube search. They are actually channels that are trending right now, and not a couple of years ago, not some old ass beats. It's actually what is working right now. Look at this, bro. 13 days ago, 20,000 views. Like, this is a very good beat that is popping up now. And this channel is probably not buying views, because I'm gonna get in a second how to spot channels that are organic or not. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. It's not what I focus right now, but you get the point. You basically get suggested the best videos, the best type beats that are working right now. Again, here 4 months ago, 300,000 views. This is a very good beat. Right now my algorithm is not like too good, because I haven't watched too many beats, but you get the point, right? Probably also this could be a good niche. This producer is just starting out, so you see also new producers get recommended to you. It's literally a good way to find new niches as well. um so with this being said, let's start consuming some type beat content. So for example, I see this beat, it's also doing particularly good, 42 views per hours. You can actually download vidIQ to do these things, not to look keywords. It's very useful because you can also look at the channel stats and see how many views they're getting. This guy's getting 300,000 views per month, which is pretty good. So once again, we can click on this video. I will just let the video play because that's still good for, nurturing again our algorithm and make more beats pop up in the homepage whenever you want. Bro, I should buy premium. I knew that. Okay. um, so right now, what we want to do for the process is you open a beat, right? You listen to it. What you want to do, and this is goaded, you go on the suggested videos, and once again, here, bro, look how many type beats there are, bro. This is literally the golden mine for us. By doing this, for my students, I found like 5 niches in 5 minutes, bro. So you can tell how good this process is. If I would have just known by, oh yeah, I want to do this artist, so let me look on the YouTube search, it would have took me like 1 hour just to find a good one, because then you obviously have to trash all the bad channels and stuff. So this is literally our gold mine. What we want to do now is open all of the channels that seem to have good views in a recent period of time. So we can open one day ago 100k views is probably bot views, but we can still open that 40 hours ago. Look how good this is. We have a splurge type build that is doing particularly good there. This seems like an interesting niche. This seems like a good one. This guy seems like a good one. You see how many channels I'm finding, bro. This is a good one. So right here, just from, oh, also this one is good. So right here, just from 1 minute of me looking through suggested videos, I already found all of these channels. And it's crazy, bro. Now that I have my channels open and I know what I want to look at, they're probably related to the niche that we're doing. They might not be the same because obviously, little Tony beats. I found this beat right here, but if the niche is not working, there's not even point in trying to do that, even if you like doing so. But these niches may be similar, so it's something that you can still do, and that is still good for the algorithm because they're trending again. I found them through the suggested videos. Right now, we're going to step 3, and we're using one of the methods to find the niche. That we're gonna go over the other ones, but right now, we're heading to step 3, which is the last part of the process. And again, this is probably also one of the most important parts, and it's actually analyzing the channels. So, just to recap, you find something that you're very good at, then you find related niches to that, and you start analyzing the channels that you open through the suggested videos method. So let's take a quick look of everything we opened up. We got a trap type beat, freestyle. Okay, this beat is very generic, but we can start opening all of the channels that we see from these beats. So we have this one. We got a Blackboy Max sample type beat. Let's open this channel up. We got a splurge type beat. We can open that up. We got a Prada back shorty slime. Bro, this is so niche, but we can still open this. Got a VZX Lucky type beat. Let's also open this one. Lil Double O beat. Let's open this one. We have a couple of channels, and right now we gotta put all of our attention into studying as best as we can what they're doing and trying to figure out what is the best channel that we can take inspiration from and maybe also take the niche from. Here is when it actually comes to understanding when a channel is buying views or not. Now, the way I do it, and it's very simple, literally, there are two cases. One, where you buy views. It's a different strategies. I don't teach that because I don't really think it's particularly good. I don't shit on the producers. Everyone can do whatever they want, but organically is the way, bro. Like, now the difference between two of these, like, two type of channels like this is bot views. Sometimes they have only like a beat uploaded every 7 days, and those beats always get extremely good views, which that should be your first red flag. Because that, bro, I'm telling you, from someone who has been doing type beats for almost 4 years now, that is not possible. Like, you gotta be consistent and upload a lot to get those kind of views. So this channel, the reason I said it was sus is because, you know, a beat uploaded every 4 days and these beats are getting views out of like mine. This is definitely not organic. So what I was saying, yeah, they're uploading every like 7 days, 4 days. They have usually like a long distance between one upload and the other. And again, high views that are too good to be true and to be organic. So this should be a red flag. Most of the cases they also have like only 100 beats uploaded and already a lot of subscribers. That's also not possible. So this is about channels and we do not want to look at those. These are not a good example if we want to do that organically because they use outdated strategies to blow to get views. So, you know, for example, the future type B niche is where most people are buying views, and you see the classic capital letters titles with like future pictures in black and white, and then you click on them and it's the visualizers bros where like it's almost a meme at this point, but it's literally what these channels are doing. And again, that's not gonna work if you do that because it's such an outdated method that if you do not buy views, it's not gonna work. So with that being clear, we want to look at the organic channels. How do you recognize an organic channel? Most of the cases they're uploading every day or like one beat every 2 days, 3 days max. They have strategies that is very unique. As again, they're not doing the future type beats with capital letters, title, and visualizers in black and white. And yeah, I mean, in a way, they're just consistent and they're getting, you know, realistic views every single day, even on their recent uploads. So for example, this channel, I can tell straight away this is an organic one. Let's look at the views he's getting. 1 million views monthly. This channel is making more money than the ones that is buying views by got 2.7 million views. Trust me. This is a very good niche. 1 million views monthly is like $4,000, I think. So what you want to do now is start analyzing the strategies. As I said, bro, we do not want to copy these dudes. So by the way, everything I'm saying is not to copy them, but to actually see what they're doing and see what is working for them. And then you can take inspiration from that and apply some things that may be similar to your own channel. Now, I got you step by step on how I go along this process so that it's as clear as possible for you. And it's very simple, so nothing is crazy. First of all, obviously, let's look at what type of beats he's doing. Playboy Max, sample type beat. This makes sense because, I mean, Playboy Max, I think he's trending right now. He's like going very viral on TikTok. I'm not too much into this niche, but, you know, I've heard of him and he's probably organic. He's uploading every day, and the views are pretty good. 14 hours ago, 1.5k views. So you know we can keep doing this process and kind of take a general look at the channel, right? There are three things that you should be very careful of. First of all, if the niche that he's targeting, so if the most viewed beat on his channel has a high amount of views, in this case it's only almost 200,000 views, so, you know, it's not too bad, but it's not really the best thing that we could look for. This other beat got 175k views in 2 months. So this is, you know, it's kind of, you know, the same range. And this is the first thing. Second thing, we want to look at the monthly views, and you will need vidIQ for that. So actually go ahead and download the extension if you haven't already, because this helps you for this. Again, 1 million views monthly. So this is very good. Means it's a sustainable niche for the moment. And this is like $4,000 a month, I think, probably. So we get that done. So right now, I think it's more of like high most viewed beat is not really a pass for the moment. Monthly views are a pass. And then you want to look at the latest views. If a channel is still getting views consistently and those views are good, this is also another green flag. So let's take a look at that. 6 days ago at 32k views, this is very good. 2 weeks ago, 126k, this is also very good. So you see, you just kind of start analyzing the most recent beats and the amount of views they're getting. This case is not looking bad, so definitely a good channel. This is not a bad channel. Basically, bro, this is the process. You repeat it with every channel you open until you find one that you think respects all of the criteria and it's a niche that you think you can sustain. If you want to make sure it's a niche that you can actually do, you can listen to these beats, but most probably like Playboy Max. I'm not saying it's the same to Lil Tony, which is the one I started from, but you know, they're still using samples most of the cases. They're still in the underground niche. It's new genres. So, I mean, you can probably, if you're good at one, you can probably also get good at the other one. You know, I started off, I now make splurge type beats. I started off by being very a lot into Annalie Choppa freestyle beats. I really love those kind of beats. Then I found out splurge. It was slightly different, but I was like, bro, I like this sound. And it's something that I can do it and I'm already good at doing. So boom, right here, it worked. It was a good niche. Again, by doing this process that I showed you, I was good at making the beats. So if we return to what we literally said at the beginning, I respected all of like the criteria that I was talking about in this video. But again, you can repeat this process for literally every channel that's out there. Um, so here a splurge type beat popped up. This might be a little different from the Lil Tony niche, but you know, we can still take a look at this channel just for the sake of this video. So he's uploading every day. This channel is consistent, first green pass. He's still getting very consistent views, so that's also very good. Let's look at the most popular beat. 500,000 views in 3 months. This is very, very, very good. Let's look at the monthly views. 580,000 views monthly. This is, I mean, okay, it's still good. You can make a living of this. So again, this could be a niche that we could go for. We had this other channel open. Okay, this guy's getting less views than what we like, and he's not really consistent with the uploads. So when I said at the beginning, you gotta take a general look at the channel. You also wanna do this. You know, if it's not really consistent, it's not probably the best thing to look at. Most popular beat only got 5K, and he's just starting out, so we can definitely close this channel. And boom, we repeat the process. This guy is still uploading every day. Views are not the best, but he's organic, so that's good. He had this beat right here going viral. He's also a new channel. Which, I mean, if it's a new channel, you shouldn't always like you know, leave it alone as an option. It could still be good because sometimes it means that it's a niche that has potential. So if a producer is really just blowing up with it, you could also go for that. This strategy of like targeting new channels that are trending with new like keywords might be a hit or miss. So you might get very good results with it, or you might just have a channel that flops. Monthly views are not the best. It's just starting out. Most viewed beat got 18K in 8 days, which might be good. But for the sake of this video, I'm also gonna leave this channel alone. And bro, you can literally repeat this process for every channel. Now, I've did this enough times, so I think you kind of start to get the point. This is a very good channel right here. Look at that. Uploading every day. Most popular beat, 500,000 views in 3 months. That's actually a very recurring number. 1 million views monthly. So boom, right there. Everything passes our checks, and you can keep doing this forever. QSS, he's actually from our program, so shout out to QSS, and he's killing it. But yeah, bro, like this is the fundamental parts of doing the first method. Once you do this and you find a niche that you think can work for you, boom, right there you're done, and you pass to the other part of the strategy. This was for the first method. Now there's also a couple of other methods that I anticipated to you before. So let's go to the second one. Now for this one, you gotta use a little more brain cells, which might be tough for some of us, even for me. This is why I don't like doing it. No, I'm just playing, bro. It was the most goofy shit I ever said. But okay, basically, yeah, this process is kind of a little bit different, and we want to go off YouTube for a little bit. What I recommend you to open is Instagram or TikTok, like literally whatever social media you got here on your phone. Let's actually start using them for some useful shit. So this method literally relies on knowing what is trendy right now, music wise, so in the industry. For example, I'm thinking about a couple of artists that recently popped up of Instagram, TikTok, or that started getting a lot of buzz recently. For example, Von Off was going crazy like a year ago, bro. He had remixes with, like, look at that, bro. 8 days ago, 1.3 million views. This dude is still trending. And in fact, if you look Von Off type beat on YouTube a year ago when he was popping up, Thailand made a beat ride the wave so well. Shout out to Thailand. You see Von Off type beat right there, and he kind of like established this Von Off way. you can still do that. You might not get results that he was doing back then, because obviously now he's established, so a lot of new producers are doing that. But you get the potential of anticipating what works in this way. Or for example, another artist that has recently popped off was 1900 Regret. So we can also take a look at him. You first maybe want to listen to some of his music, but he's still very viral. He had a remix with Coda Black. He's still getting a lot of views. So again, this is a very good artist. And in fact, let's look his type beats. Let's see what's going on here. Probably some producers already have taken advantage of this. We got Baby Boy Wild in here. Walk, he really ride the wave with this one. Shout out to Walk. So you can see producers are taking advantage of this, bro. This is not some bullshit ass advice that I'm telling you. Why? Because I did the same thing myself. I don't know. You probably know about Big X the Plug. He literally went mainstream like this year. So he was a huge artist, bro. It was a huge opportunity. I took advantage of that. So August of 2024, I started a Big X the Plug type beat channel and look at the results. Let's look at that right quick. 7.62k subscribers in 46 videos, bro. That's insane results. And most popular video, 1.5 million views, 600,000 views, 450k views, bro. So artist was trending. I took a look, kind of like I repeated the process that I showed you here. So analyzing the channels, I actually skipped to this part. I was very good at making these beats. I already like the sound. So everything like makes sense. Everything aligns. So this method is goaded for this reason, bro. If you do every step correctly, can guarantee you 100% is gonna work. That's the craziest part about it. But yeah, this is another method. So it's basically being active on social medias and knowing what's working. Kind of always keep an eye open on every artist that is popping up, and you start a channel from there. I can make you infinite amount of examples, bro, but I think you get the point. This is also a very good thing to do. Now, last step, which is more actually safe if you want to look at that in a type of way, and it's actually confirming your researches through some data analysis websites. The best one right now that is not fucked is Google Trends, and is what I still use. And basically, you want to use these softwares to make sure that your researches actually make sense. And with Google Trends, I suggest you to put United States, because we want to focus on the United States. That's the country that pays the highest for 1,000 views past 5 years, so we can have a broader look at everything that has worked. Can leave that empty, and obviously want to do YouTube search. With this, you can basically have the confirm of all of your research. So for example, before I was talking about Vanov. So Vanov, I don't even know how you spell that name, but we can look Vanov type beat here and look at the graphic. Boom. Upwards graphic. So what I said wasn't some bullshit. It's actually true. And you make sure that it's working from looking at cold numbers. You can also see where it's like more searched, but what bro, I can't even talk. What we really care about is make sure that the graphic is still upwards and that there's still interest in this keyword. Or I can look up 1900 Regret type beat. Let's see if this is still relevant. Okay, this is way less searched, so it might be like a bad sign for it, but we can repeat this process for every literally artist. So I'm thinking about, I don't know, with search Plagueboy Max type beat. Oh, this is a very good graphic, bro. No surprise that producer I showed you at the beginning of the video is getting views. See how everything like literally returns. So if we look at only this graphic right here, right now it's one of the highest peaks it has ever been. Right there, bro. Look what just popped up. I refreshed the page. Lil Tony type beat 3 months ago, 150k views. This is a go-to beat. I could repeat the process, find other 10 niches, and start successful channel in 10 minutes. This is the most goated part. Okay, cool. So now you have found some channels and like a niche that you might be like doing, and you're confident about it. You know it has potential. So you want to start doing that. Now, a lot of advice online tells you, for example, okay, you see a channel that is being successful, like maybe getting thousands of views, right? And what a lot of people say is that, okay, now you should copy their strategy, copy from the gray. You don't gotta reinvent the wheel. Now, that's true, but only partly. And let me explain why better. Because I think it makes sense even just by not doing crazy explanations. But if I would have just copied what this guy doing with the same exact brand and aesthetic, bro, I'm just gonna blend into him. So like in what he's doing. So he's already established, he's already killing it with this strategy. There's no point of me just copying what he's doing, right? Like maybe I could even get some views, maybe I could get recommended by some of his videos, just share some views, but that's it. Like you're not gonna be at the top because these guys are already at the top, and this goes for literally any niche that you can look up, like on YouTube. Like for example, even this kid, he had a very popular beat, almost a million views in 4 months. Someone could say, oh yeah, maybe I just should, copy his whole exact strategy and go all in with that. Literally like same branding and all that, but that's not gonna work. Okay. So once you find the niche, that's very good. That's like the first very important part. But this is not like once you find a niche, it's not gonna work if you simply copy, right? So we don't want to copy. We want to do something more original. With this being said, let's now look at the strategies I use and that my students from Six Fig Academy use to do this originally. And this is the hardest part, bro. Like there's not you gotta understand there's not like a rule that you can always use. This is also part of being experienced in the Thai beat industry, and like after analyzing thousands of channel, I can confidently say how I go about it. So I'm just gonna make you some examples, but just know that like I can be talking about some rules that are universally true that you can always like apply to your channels and like always have them to work. But with this being said, I had like opened a couple of channels here just to make it like easier for you to understand and like go over some examples so that you can take inspiration from that and you can kind of get what I did there, what these other people did, and how you can also flip it in your own script. So here I open a very successful channel. So 1.4 million views monthly, it's a very good one, right? It respects all of the criteria that we have just talked about to how to find a niche. Loki, bro, let me drink some water because I'm talking a lot and it's getting dehydrated here. Okay, so this is a good niche, right? One off. These are artists who have done all of our research, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we know this is good. Remember when I said if I just would have had uploaded one off sample type B, this is way too saturated right now. So even if this guy is getting results, there are already other guys getting results just with the keyword one off sample type B. I can look it up for you so you see what I'm talking about. But there's this haha dude. Now I should have opened an incognito tab because now it's just flooded with these beats. But there's X5, there's this guy, I don't know who is it, like Shax. I don't know whoever this guy is. So you can see that there's a lot of producers already doing this. There also Thailand made a beat that was making these beats. So I don't think it's the case for us to just open another one-off sample type beat, we use the same bullshit samples and just blend into the into the mess of like the whole the producers already doing these beats. So what do we do then? I brought an example for you. This is actually Pavlo from our community, and he absolutely killed it with his strategy. And I'm gonna explain how he got this beat to over 200k views in just a couple of months, and the channel monetized also this to almost 100,000 views, and how we chose this niche and how we build a strategy around it. So we know that Von Off is a training artist, right? So you gotta start from that, but that's not enough. We can't rely on a saturated niche to get a lasting and like successful type B channel. So what you wanna do is do things slightly different and build a different brand from all of these other guys that are doing it, right? I'm also gonna talk about my personal channel because I also did that for me. Uh, and I'm gonna show you what I did after like I did some these other examples. But for example, Pablo, what he did, Bonov was training, samples were training. He simply added another artist and changed the strategy behind the thumbnail. So like the branding. So for example, Baby Chief Do It, he was another training artist, right? But if you look up on YouTube, there's not gonna be as many type beats of him as there are for Bonov. I can look it up here. Like, yeah, there's this one, 50,000 views. It's so like cooked strategies. It's not really, good ones that can last. Or that are specifically done for like this Baby Chief Do It type beats. So what he did is blended together two emerging artists, one that was more established in the Thai beat industry and one that was literally just popping off and nobody was doing. Um, and he put them together on a single video, and that's why it works so well. If he would have just done one off, that wouldn't really gotten him nowhere.
What
So
about
even like
comfortable?
the keywords and like the whole SEO strategy behind it, we're gonna go over that later. But just to give you a broad example, you see Baby Chief do it. We got Van off. So this is basically what I just said. The only thing that changed though, it's not the only thing, sorry, but another thing that changed though is the thumbnail strategy behind it. So for example, the guy that I showed you before that was using the girl picture, he haven't done that, but he used like this gangster hood outfit kind of picture that I'm using, right? They're the same ones that I'm using. So everything makes sense. And when you're doing things slightly different, it's very easy to start doing shit that makes no sense. So why did he start using the outfit pictures? You know, if you want to do things differently, maybe you could have just added some flower pictures or some cute aesthetic landscape. But for a gangster beat, bro, that makes no sense. So now we're gonna go over how to do it in a way where you know that what you're doing makes sense. I got some good examples that I want to go over. There's these producers that I really like and what he did on his channel. So shout out to No Jokes, I think that's his name. Let's break down what he did. So as you can see here, he got a very clear brand. You can tell straight away what he's doing, right? Oh, we already have analyzed it on like the when we were looking for a niche, but he did things differently, bro. That's why he got results. That's the whole point about it. Future type beat, it's a overly saturated niche. So instead, what he did is either metro booming, and it's very similar to what Pavlo did. I got so many channels open right now, but it's gonna get disorganized here. But also Pavlo did this. He had another artist. So Vonov was his main artist, as it is here. Future is the main artist. He added another one that was popping off on YouTube, right? Don't forget about the music industry. Because, for example, Metro Boomin is an established artist, so you might say, Daniel, what the fuck are you saying? Are you spitting some bullshit? Actually, no, because there are not a lot of Metro Boomin type beats on YouTube, especially there are no Future X Metro Boomin type beats on YouTube. So everything this guy did is fill up a gap in the market. That's all you want to do. We're talking about business, bro. Remember, like, I'm not giving you some music advice, some bullshit like that. This is actual business advice, right? And on business, you want to fill up a gap that is missing on the market, okay? This guy filled it, Pablo filled it. Now let's go over how Tori from our community got a monetized channel with only 100 views, 100 videos, getting thousands of views every single upload. It got a beat to almost 500,000 views in just a month. How he filled the gap of the market of his niche, okay? As you can see here, he was doing NAMS, X, sample jerk type beats, right? And it all started from this channel right here. As you can see, the most popular beat was very, very viral, okay? 4 months, almost a million views. He got Namsex sample jerk type beat. So the strategy is kind of similar. But if I scroll on this channel, right? And if I scroll on this one, you can tell there's a difference, right? Maybe it's not as straightforward as I don't know, like what Pavlo did, but I'm gonna explain what Tori did differently from this guy and why he got more results and way faster than a guy that actually got originally the beat blowing up. Okay, so how I found this niche was, you remember, by creating the burner account. I talked about that before. I was looking for niches, blah blah blah. Okay, I found a beat that was going viral. Boom, that's all you need. Okay, click on this guy. I saw he was doing Nams example jerk type beat, but he wasn't really taking advantage of that. Like, bro, look at his strategy. This is cooked. Now I don't, I don't want to shit on this guy. I'm not gonna lie. He got a be going viral and he got a kind of a good channel, but we can do better than that, bro. If you know what you're doing, you can even do better than that, and you can take advantage of it. So we know by looking at this channel that NAMS example jerk type beat is a good keyword. Like, we know that for certain because 4 months ago, almost a million views, 100. Okay, now it's getting 181 views per hour, which is still good. Don't get me wrong, but so we know this is a good niche, okay? But the strategy of the whole channel, that's not really good. And we can tell that because this guy is not uploading anymore. The branding is not clear. Thumbnails are all messed up. He sometimes here and there switches the title. That's not good for us. That's not good if you want to build a brand around it. So what Tori did is, okay, let me take the viral idea of a type beat that we know 100% has gone viral, and let's build a whole brand around it, more organized. So boom, if I click on this channel, bro, recent videos, look at the color palette, look at the thumbnails, look at the title. This is way more consistent. Even if you look at my channel, I did the same exact thing. I'm way more organized than all of the splurge type beats you're gonna, see out there online. Look, always the same thumbnail, always same title. The branding is very, very clear. Okay, I'm gonna put a lot of focus on the branding because that's the whole point about it. Okay, so I think this makes sense. He did again things differently. The way he did differently, not from the title, not a lot from the sound, maybe from the sample selection. That's one point, but most importantly from the brand that he built. Okay, this is way more organized, and I actually got his Pinterest folder that I sent him to start making these beats. That's the whole point about it. I like to say, as soon as you click into a channel, you gotta look like a Pinterest folder. That's like literally like I'm not, doing some like I'm not playing with the words there, bro. Look, this is the Pinterest folder. It literally looks like exactly like his channel. So this is way more organized than this. Okay, there's no secret why he's getting way more views than this guy is doing. So for example, this month 600,000 views monthly. So that's definitely good. Now, I'm talking, so obviously I also want to show you what I did on my channel and how I did things slightly different than anybody else. Okay? I'm in the splurge niche, and it's kind of a tricky niche. There has been crazy viral beats on splurge, but hey, isn't that familiar? Like, bro, this beat was viral. We literally copied the strategy and did something similar. Bro, splurge beats, like they're one of the most popular beats on YouTube. So that immediately gave me the idea to wait, bro. Like maybe I can open a splurge type beat channel, make it optimized, and make banks out of it. This shit. That's exactly what I did. So let's look. You know what? I'm open an incognito tab, so we're not depending on my past searches, and we just got the best results here. But I'm gonna look splurge type beat on YouTube. Now the first beats are probably gonna be mine, bro. So we're gonna skip through that. Yeah, we can skip here. I actually wanna go to the first splurge beats ever that were uploaded. I think it was Supreme that was doing it. Yeah, this beat. This is exactly what sparked when I wanted to start doing my beats, okay? So let's go in his videos. Okay, the most popular one go 5 million views, bro. And isn't this pattern familiar, bro? Because I think we already seen this. Hold on. I don't even know how to. Okay. Bro. Okay, here. Okay, we found a popular beat, but the strategy was not good. So we want to build a whole brand around it, right? Bro, it's the same exact pattern here. Look at that. This is the only beat that blew up from this guy, and he got 5 million views. So he definitely had a crazy potential. It was a splurge beat, all right? So I see the potential of it. I listen to it. I see that he got like an intro in the beginning. He got like a kid core. If you want, you can go listen to this beat. I'm not gonna waste your time listening to it right now. So I kind of get what the sound that this producer was going for and the strategy. Boom, bro. Like I built a strategy that is related to that and it's similar, but it's slightly different. And I got my own branding. Like this branding, bro, is completely different. Once again, I'm not also doing something that makes no sense because splurge type beats are hard eating beats. They're gangster beats. I can't be putting fucking, I don't know, car pictures in these as No Jokes was doing. Or I can't be putting girls pictures like that, bro. So what I did is put like this consistent outfit hood gangster pictures, right? And I've been consistent with it. And again, I got a Pinterest folder for it, bro. So it gets used to start using Pinterest. I'm gonna make a whole section of the video about this maybe. Um, but you gotta start really using Pinterest to organize your ideas, bro. Okay. So this is what I did, bro, and this is all about branding. This is all about making something different from your competition and building a brand around it. Now I'm being redundant on this, but it's literally like this is sauce, bro. Nobody's saying this on YouTube, bro. So it's literally like how I open every successful channel of mine, right? Um, I can show you this channel from Supreme, but there was also this guy Demo that was doing them. And this is also who I took inspiration from. This is what I got the hood thumbnails from, okay? Popular beat thumbnail where alright, the beats weren't like mine. So, once again, I filled up a gap in the market, and that's how you become successful right there. Now, obviously, this section is kind of tricky because I can tell you, you gotta fill up a gap in the market. You gotta find a niche. You gotta find a viral idea. But like, bro, everyone's situation is different. So This is like the rule behind it, but you can tell that I can give you like a roadmap that you can follow every single time and it's always gonna work. That's not like, if it would have been that simple, everybody like will be making banks out of it. And that's exactly why I'm offering one-on-one coaching, because I know how difficult it is to find this stuff, and this is literally the biggest and like, hardest struggle that every producer has. But this is like still the sauce that I had to speed, and I still care about giving it for free, because again, there's so much disinformation out there, bro. So I'm really trying to be as transparent as possible and like giving you the sauce like this. um so once you find, let's go back to where we were, like here. Okay, we found our niche. Obviously, mm, it was good and all that. So from there, we're actually going to build in the brand section. Okay, and here is where we can actually start creating our channel. Okay, so once you found the niche and you got the viral idea of it, and you're ready to start, as I showed you here, bro, this is exactly the method you want to go for. So right here, you find a viral idea, you want to build a brand around it. Now you're ready to create a channel, not before, not by skipping all this process. This is how you only like serious, like, ensure 100% that you can start building your brand and you can start creating the channel and opening up on YouTube. So now this is gonna be the next big section. All right, and so I'm gonna guide you step by step also on how I build the channel. We're gonna go over all the SEO score about it, keywords, tags, how to choose your thumbnails and stuff, and also how to upload your beats and all of the different upload processes. It's gonna be a lot, so once again, make sure to take notes. So in fact, to start talking about branding, right here I put up like this quick Miro board that I made, just to show you and teach you like in the most effective and simple way what we need to say about branding. So here I'll put a title, and it's literally just how you build your brand for your whole channel. Remember, build a brand, bro, is gonna be your money printer as a type B music producer. Okay, the whole reason like I'm saying this is because you want to be so like easily recognizable that people, as soon as they see the type of thumbnail and a title, they associate that, be like that overall thing to your brand, to you. So for example, if someone now sees this kind of thumbnails with splurge type beat, boom, like, bro, immediately it's gonna be me, because I'm the one that literally like went all in into that niche. Well, for example, Prod Leaves, he's actually a producer I'm very close with. He used to go to Sleazy World Go type beats, boom, like they see that similar kind of thumbnails with the Sleazy World Go title, and immediately like they can tell it's him. Or for example, this guy has just started uploading splurge beats. He got more like aggressive thumbnails with like selfies with guns, so that also is making him stand out. And it's how these guys are building their brand. And for all of these four main niches, I have broken down their characteristics. And the whole point I'm doing this is because last time we left off like, okay, yeah, you found a niche that you think you can go with, but obviously you need to do things differently in order to stand out, right? Let's take the example that I was making before. We had this guy and we have our guy from the community, Pavlo. So we can make that example, and we still got Tori with Nems X jerk type beat. So I'm gonna also pull this one up, okay? And basically by me doing this, I want to show you in the most clear, like an effective way, how you can build this branding. Because obviously, as I said, there's not a rule. So just making an example would be the easiest for me to let you understand like what I'm saying here. I don't know why it's all bugged here. Okay, yeah, it fixed. Okay, so how do you go from this to this? First of all, yeah, you should really. The thing I'm able to do is so good, bro, is because I said I analyze type B channels over type B channels, so I really know what everybody does and what is working right now. But if you want to get used to it, you gotta start analyzing as many type beats as you can. This is gonna make things so much easier, so you don't have to guess by yourself. But these are basically the four like main niches that you can find on YouTube. Is I just make them more simple, and then I'm breaking down each case separately. So the first one is the freestyle niche. Okay, you have probably already seen these kind of thumbnails and titles because I mean, they were pretty popular. These are the kind of beats that someone can literally pull up to freestyle with their friends or literally do whatever. So these are not targeting really the audience that wants to purchase beats, but these push really hard into getting views. Okay, and actually, I think it's also worth to do this. distinction, because there's actually like two routes that you can go for, right, with your brand. So the first one is aiming for views. Okay, I'm gonna draw an eye. I hope this is this looks like an eye. And this is where the strategy where you want to get paid from AdSense. So get as many views as possible. With my Splurge channel, that's exactly what I'm doing, because the audience that I'm targeting is not very mature. It's probably young people just wanting to freestyle, but I'm getting a shit ton of views from that. So maybe my sales are even a little bit lower. I had some people, for example, commenting, bro, like you must be paying views because your beat sales are so low and your views are so high. Bro, this is the reason. My strategy is simply different. Doesn't mean that it's better, it doesn't mean that it's worse. It's just another type of strategy. I'm earning from AdSense, I'm learning less from beat sales. But it's still like 10K a month anyway. Or the other way that you could go is like eventually targeting a more mature audience, and I did that as well. I'm gonna show you an example of what I did there, where basically the beats that you upload are less likely to get views, or maybe like a very high views will be like even a million views will be like really a lot in this kind of case. But you get way more beat sales. So for example, I did that with my big extra plug type beat channel. Even though I still got a beat with 1.5 million views, which I think is the most popular big extra plug type beat on YouTube currently, which is this one. This is like the most sold beat on my whole beat store, right? It got less views than the ones I got on my main channel, but people looking for this type of beats are way more mature, are like older people, so they're way more likely to purchase beats. And I still managed to get a shit ton of views as well. So this beat like literally printing me money, bro. And this is basically what I'm saying here. It's two strategies. Once again, no, there's no one that is better than the other. It's just depend on the niche that you want to target. And this freestyle beats is basically this strategy here that we're talking about. So pushing a lot into the views. Now, you should know that the more broad is the niche, the more specific the title gotta be. So, first of all, let's look at the thumbnails that they have. They have like this playful, like color kind of thumbnails with usually cartoon characters. You see Rick and Morty, or usually they have simply like still, I don't know, like drawn character pictures. We got SpongeBob, the Mickey Mouse hand, and obviously I think these are AI generated for most of the cases, but yeah, you get like the aesthetic that they want to go for, right? They very easily attract like people who just want to freestyle basically. And as you can see here, the title is way more broad, is very specific, so there's a lot of keywords in the titles because the niche is so broad. Like think about freestyle beat. Like it's literally could be whatever, bro. Even my beats are freestyle beats. So obviously you can put like the classic title of I don't know freestyle beat, freestyle type beat. Whatever. I'm not even gonna write it because it's gonna take too much time. But you gotta put a lot of keywords because the niche is already broad by themselves. Where for example, a splurge type beat is already so niche that the title gonna be specific, right? So that's basically the rule. Like the more broad is the niche, the more specific gotta be the title. The more specific is the niche, the less like specific gotta be the title. I mean, it's gonna make sense as I keep talking, but I think it's pretty straightforward. So yeah, freestyle beats, right? Let's move on to the hood beats, and these are the actual ones that I make on my main type beat channel. Usually they are like the aggressive beats, and they are characterized by these kind of thumbnails. So usually it's like thugs, gangster pictures, guns, money, all that stuff, because they reflect the sound that you're going for. Remember when I said you gotta do things differently, but it makes sense? If I make a gangster beat, ain't no way I'm gonna use a thumbnail like this. This doesn't make sense. Ain't no way I'm gonna use like some, thumbnails like this. I'm gonna get to this in a second, right? We wanna use aggressive thumbnails that reflect that. Another type of thumbnails is, for example, like strictly like gun pictures. Like big scar type beats used to have those. Control used to do it, like with the guns like that, right? But it's still like it still falls under the hood picture. Usually there are simpler beats than the freestyle ones, and yeah, they just target a specific sound. Mine are like Big Yevo, Texas drill type of beats. These are Lizzy Wargo beats. These are sample beats, but the sound is very aggressive and more like in the hood oriented. Then we go to the R&B. And the hood, it's probably still like on the visibility kind of strategy. Going to R&B, this is like where you want to target a more mature audience. This is usually older people looking for these beats. And as you can see, these the thumbnails that you're choosing make more sense. They are characterized by, just the title R&B type beat, and usually they have like these girl pictures because they're very soft beats and chill ones. So usually these are the kind of pictures that work well with them. Um, and basically, like all of these niches is not just the example I gave you. Like you could literally go more broad, but it's just to make them recognize you. So, for example, if I look R&B type beat, but then I look up, for example, acoustic guitar type beat, this is under kind of the same strategy, because you're going to notice if my Wi-Fi loads, yeah, these pictures are not the same, but you see us still like those soft aesthetic pictures. They kind of follow like the same thing. So maybe like here is also boys pictures, aesthetic landscapes and all that. But there, I think if I have to put them into a section, will be R&B and not really like any other stuff. Yeah, I mean the same goes with hood. Like for example, Pablo here, it was obviously a hood niche. Um, while for example, this what Tori did, we go on to the last one that I put here, which is underground, right? So underground is very broad and is usually with like artists that you cannot fit in these niches that I gave you before, right? It's not freestyle, it's not hood, it's not the mature audience of R&B. This is like a mixture of both, and it's usually like specific artists or underground titles. For example, here I put an example of Jerk, hood rap plus sample type beat, and usually like this the images and like the titles overall are way more simple, are way more unprofessional in a way, right? Is they do that on purpose because obviously the niche that they're targeting is it's more likely to watch this kind of this is like the aesthetic that matches best what you want to do. Young Chris type beats, TikTok samples beats used to go very popular on these type of niches. Black Boy Max is what is going a lot recently, and you can see they all follow like the same pattern, right? So non-capital letters. Yeah, usually sample beats. You see all of them have the sample word, and it could be either girl pictures like selfies or outfit pictures, but usually it's like they're more unprofessional in a way. It's similar to hood, obviously, but the sound is different, obviously. And for example, in this case, like underground, it could be what Tori did in this case. It's unprofessional pictures, it's like girls selfies pictures, so nothing too high quality. And the sound and like it got sampled, which are a signature style of the underground stuff. It was an artist that Nams is not crazy popular, but it's definitely like popping up. And so basically, if you know this, like if you can distinguish niches like this, you will have a way easier time understanding which beat goes belong to which one. Actually, I think I can also add another one that I just remember of, and usually it's like the mainstream artists. For example, the Future beats, they go on these ones. The Gunna beats, the Young Thug beats, the Kodak Black beats, they usually go on this one. Now, this niche right now is not working the best. Like these are the ones that are really popping like crazy right now, right? But you could have also like the mainstream artists. For example, the No Joe guy that I told you about, he's probably more under this kind of lane. You see, like he's doing Future, X Metro Booming. Obviously, they're not R&B, they're not underground, they're not hood, they're not freestyle. They're more like on the mainstream. I'd say like the trap vibe is more like a trap vibe. Right? This used to go particularly crazy like in 2020. I remember. Okay, now that we know how to distinguish these, how do we apply it to building our own brand, right? Because this was the starting point where we started from. Because obviously, again, we have a niche and we know what to create our channel for. So the way I want to go in this course is give you broad examples and like the general line. So we're gonna go general before, so kind of how like in general how it works, and there we're gonna go more specific and I'll make you some examples so that you can understand better. And actually for the general part, I think this is a good starting point. So basically everything you want to do is associate the niche that you found to one of these like lanes, right? Either freestyle, hood, R&B, underground, or the mainstream one. For example, we found let's do Tori in this case. This beat right here is mostly like on the underground one, so boom, you immediately like associate to this one, so you know what kind of pictures to take. There's not a random reason why he chose the girl selfie pictures. He couldn't have chosen the fucking, I don't know, freestyle pictures. Like this make no sense. I think it's even like, I don't even gonna explain why, but I think it's kind of straightforward. The hood beats, neither. I mean, it's not an aggressive beat and shit like that. R&B, these are more like mature kind of beats. So Namps is still underground. It's like drill beats. These are more for like the R&B, pop, indie, guitar, acoustic type of beats. So we're gonna go to the underground, right? And we know that the type of pictures that work well are usually like these outfit pictures, which I don't think really match the vibe. Because consider, once you find a viral idea, like for example this one, there's a reason why this beat went viral. Okay, it still got a girl picture, so that's what made me associate it with this kind of lane, right? So maybe what I want to go for is exactly like this example right here. You see how it's basically like it's like a funnel, right? If you don't know what a funnel is, you start from the bottom, from the top, and you go to the bottom. So you start removing to each step something. So for example, you find the viral beat, then you get like the idea, and then from idea you get a thumbnail, and then the niche, and boom, right there, like we arrived to this. And it all started from the viral idea that we found, right? And once again, bro, like I don't know why nobody talks about this, but this is exactly the type of work you need to be doing, bro, to exactly figure out how you're gonna go about your branding. Um, so with that being said, you can start looking for thumbnails that make sense for the type of beat that you want to make. All right. So in this case, Girl Pictures, we had a folder on Pinterest, and we started putting all of the thumbnails that made sense in this case. And boom, right here, you have the thumbnails ready. The title, you didn't have to change a lot. We're gonna go over them in a minute. Um, but just remember that usually the titles have a very like consistent structure, where it usually is like the free. Oh wait, I'm writing in black. Uh, right there, like it's usually free. Then you have the artist name. So in this case, it's Nems. Don't even know how you write it. Okay, I'm gonna just do a broad example. So artist name X. If you want, you can have like the genre. And in this case, since it was using samples and it's a trending keyword, this is how you're gonna do it. And then you have the beat title. But usually, like it's literally just artist name, type beat. If there's a sample, you can add the word sample type beat and then the beat title. This is usually how you do it. So for example, if I was doing splurge type beat, boom, splurge type beat. Now the case is different when you're doing freestyle beats, and they have this very specific structure that all of their titles got. So it's full of keywords like freestyle type beat, and then the beat name, trap instrumental 2025, rap type beat. It's a lot of them. While for example, a beat like this only got like a couple of words in there because it's already very specific. So for example, let's make an example of one of my channels. I'm gonna go with the NLE Chopper one that I had and break down why it got popular and what I did based on the branding that I'm just saying right now. So if I find it, I think it was called Heat. Was it? Yeah, this one. Okay. So just by taking a general look, you can see I went for the hood niche, right? And it's not random, once again. NLE Choppa, what are they? They're freestyle beats, but they're very aggressive. They got like that gangster sound. I mean, even NLE Choppa sounds, they're very like on the gangster rap lane, right? So that's why I associated them with the hood niche. Once again, it's not random. Um, so once you got like the idea that you want to go for hood, what is trending on hood? Okay, the hood picture. So what do? You go on Pinterest and you find the thumbnails that can associate the best with like the type of beats that you want to make, right? I think I had a folder on one of these. I mean, this was the old one that I used to use. The that I also use for my splurge beats, right? And you can see, boom, they're all very organized. They're very like they follow a specific kind of pattern. So that's why I use them. Um, and boom, yeah, that's why it works. So again, the title was very clean, like free NLE Choppa type beat and beat name. I just added the hard tag just because I wanted it to be a part of my brand. And once again, I see producers from that video that I made were like, oh yeah, I added the tag hard just to make it different. And I saw producers like putting them on the tag hard on like a chill sample type beat. Bro, there's no need to do that because these are actually hard, like these are actually aggressive beats. So this tag makes sense, but it wouldn't have made sense in like I don't know, an R&B type beat, right? And basically, this is the process I follow to start creating an idea of what I want to do branding wise. Okay, so right now we have talked about the idea. So basically, your plan. Let's call it like that, idea slash plan. And now we're gonna go on the actual like technical stuff, right? So this is where it actually gets serious. Technical right there. Okay. So, um, the first thing that you should do, once again, how to use Pinterest to to start being consistent on the niche that you chose, right? Okay, on Pinterest, basically based on the niche that you found, you want to make something that is consistent. And Pinterest is very good at this because it actually suggests you um, pictures are always similar to the one you chose. So, for example, if I want to go for this high class, this falls under the underground, I would say. Lane, you can see I have this folder. I can go on other ideas, and boom, it's all gonna be similar posts that I can literally just go here, click, and boom, it's added. I can go here, click, boom, boom. See, like it's so easy, bro. And this is like the process I go for the thumbnails. If you need to create a new one, you can literally just go on the homepage. Right now, I have it optimized for my type beats. So whenever I found something like this, I can tell straight away, okay, yeah, this is like, for example, an underground looking thumbnail. Um, oh, this is perfect for the lucky folder I have. This is perfect for my 9 visuals. Like, bro, you see how I'm used to targeting like these thumbnails to a specific sound, and you do this by understanding very well the different like characteristics of all these niches right here. Um, and yeah, from here you just start building like basically the whole idea of the brand. Okay, on top of that, once the thumbnails are cool, we also gotta think about the actual artists that we want to target, right? So once again, I think I already made this clear, but taking the viral idea, you gotta know how to move in order to make it make sense on your channel, like the one that you currently have, right? So for example, Pablo, what he did, since one off was already saturated, he chose to add another artist to it, right? Because that was saturated. Remember, all we're doing is filling gaps in the market, okay? So just to make it simple for you, we have a viral idea, right? Okay, cool. So this is like our starting point. Once you find this, you know that people are actually interested in looking that type of beat. Now there might be two problems. One, the that part of the market saturated. It's either saturated, so that means that there are a lot of other producers doing that and it's very competitive, right? In the one-off case, there's a shit ton of producers already doing the one-off sample beats. My bad for the voice crack. Or it could be the case that there's actually a gap in the market where the artist, the producer that gave you, you know, the viral idea, for example, in this case, has not taken advantage of it, right? Let me explain better. In both cases, there could be a gap in the market. Actually, let me put it here, this word, and forget about what I just said, okay? And all of our job is literally just to fill this gap, okay? Now, in the case of the saturation, obviously we cannot keep the same artist and the same branding as everyone else. So usually here's where it comes useful to add another artist name. Okay, I can give you a bunch of examples. One is the Devonov, but I think it's already saturated. So another guy that has done this very good is this channel that I just found of this guy right here, right? Big extra plug type beats, they're kind of saturated. I actually saturated this niche with my channel. I was really on a crazy one with the big extra plug beats. So it would have really been the case for him to just go for the big extra plug sample type beat because that was me. That was also the other producers that were already doing that. So what he did is added another artist and added the 2025 tag right there, right? Kind of how I did with her horror tag on my NLE Choppa beats. What he did here, boom, it was kind of a saturated niche. He found a gap in the market where it was like, okay, this artist has potential, right? Big extra plug. Where is it here? It's still a good keyword. Everything he did is build his own branding, right? By doing something different. So choosing an artist. And once again, he did that. Biggest upload are like vintage beats. They give you that kind of vibes. So what he did is started targeting it with this kind of vintage kind of pictures and color palette, right? You see how it's very consistent. Like they got a couple of brand. Like he got his unique brand. Without even clicking on any of these beats, I can already tell you 100% how they're going to sound like, right? And right there, boom, you have a successful channel. Like it's not that hard to comprehend. It's just the difficult part is just obviously finding the viral idea, the correct one, and realizing what the gap in the market is. Another example, this is for the saturated one. But for example, yeah, here the strategy of this producer was kind of cooked, but it gave us a very good um, viral idea, right? So where was the gap? People were interested, but nobody was really giving the product. So there was a lot of demand, but there wasn't a lot of offer, right? Well, in this case, there's still a lot of demand, there's a lot of offer, but if you find yourself to find your place in the market, you can still get crazy numbers even like that. Well, in this case, the gap was there's actually no offer, or the offer that is already there is not good enough and is not optimized for what the audience actually wants. So once you find a crazy idea like that and you turn it into a brand and something recognizable, that's how you start printing money, right? So I think this is starting to make sense. And this is basically like the whole funnel that you want to, not funnel, but like the process that you want to follow, right? First step, viral idea. You understand if the market is saturated or if there's actually a gap in the offer that is already there. Understand which one is it and decide how to move. You can either decide to add an artist there or like go for an offer. Just to make you like a new example, I know for a fact that I saw a channel that was particularly good at this point, which was the Nino Pay type beats, right? There's still a lot of producers doing that. So I found this guy that actually did Nino Paid X Fatmac type beat. So in a saturated niche, oh yeah, it's this guy. He found a way to like put himself and find a place like in his market, okay? And in fact, he's getting good views for that reason. So it's not just Nino Paid, it's actually Nino Paid or whatever this is, Blow type beat, okay? And he built a brand around, he's consistent. Yeah, I don't want to repeat myself. I think you get the point. And this is it. Like, this is how you lay the foundation for your branding, okay? And this is more like still on the planning stage. We still haven't uploaded our beats. We still don't know how to make the beats. And we're gonna get to that in a second. But this is very important to get right because it's basically the foundation of your channel. And once again, I know these are big steps. We went over like getting the niche, finding what you're good at. Now we're deciding how to set up our brand. Actually, let me put the numbers in this. So this was like step one. We went over to step two here. Now we're gonna go to step three, and it's actually like creating our product. Okay, we know the idea, we want to how we want to market it, but now we need to create it, and this is a whole new section. So, just to start, like get introduced to it, we're gonna go over what makes a beat viral, and we're gonna go over like the intros, particularly the arrangements, and what I like to call the viral effect. You're gonna get what I'm talking about in a second. But these are like the three most important things that I like to focus on when analyzing a beat and how it went viral. So what makes a beat viral and how to do all these things and make sure that your product is actually good and a valid product to be put in the market and be ready to sell on YouTube. Okay, so we made it to step three. Slowly everything is taking place, but this is another very important brick. I'm gonna go back to what I said at the very, very beginning, where we were talking about our product and as a producer, what we're providing to the market basically. And it's obviously beats, not random beats, not just viral beats, actual good, well structured beats. Okay. Now here I put the four main characteristics that every viral beat on YouTube has. Now, respectfully, like in order, they are a good quality beat, so that is actually well made. It got a good mix, melodic structure is good, the drum patterns make sense. It's actually simply a good quality beat that is actually good to listen to, right? From there we go to the engaging intro, and we're gonna talk about that in a minute, the arrangement, and the viral effect. Now, the whole point or why these are so important is because now we're moving more into the actual YouTube knowledge. Okay, this is not music. This is not something related to type. This is actually YouTube knowledge, and it's important to have a little like at least the basics and the most important parts. Everything that makes a beat viral and get views is the intro, or at least like for the majority, like for the biggest part. Okay, and particularly the first 30 seconds are what is the most crucial part in every beat. The reason is the higher the watch time, the more views you get. Basically, the whole point of YouTube like making money is because they want people to spend time on their app, and you make people spend time on your app, or more preferably on your page, like on your channel, by having engaging videos. Now, obviously, we are not a streamer. We are not fucking KSNet or I Show Speed. We're producers. We make music. So you're gonna make engaging music. You don't do that just by having a good beat. That's just like the starting point. You have it by you get it by having something that is like is actually structured to go viral, okay? And for example, the whole core of like beats is artists want to freestyle on beats, right? And what do you want to freestyle? You want drums most of the cases. I don't know if many artists, freestyling on melodies. I mean, young boys sometimes do that, but you get the point. And so you can boost your watch time by having the artist wait for the drums. Um, and this is all to like have a watch time higher than 30 seconds. The higher the retention, the best performing the beat will be. I'm gonna go in depth on this later on. I just want to show you the steps that we need to take. Arrangement, this still goes for the watch time. The more like well arranged the beat is, the smoother the transitions, the clearer like the structure of the beat is, the easier the artist will have the time freestyling on the beat, and the higher will be the watch time. And this is the third step. And now the fourth one is what I said I like to call the viral effect. I had another voice crack, shit. Talking a lot, bro. Uh, and it's basically something that can make your beat stand out from all of the other ones on the market. Like, think about it, bro. There's a shit ton of videos on YouTube, right? So if you just upload like a beat, I see producers finishing a beat and straightly like uploading it to YouTube. That's not gonna work. I actually have a process from the moment I finish a beat to when I upload it to YouTube just to create a viral effect that I know is gonna make my beat go viral. Like, bro, literally, the last beat I uploaded got me 13,000 views in one day. Okay? And it's not because it's just a random beat. I actually did a sequence of things that I'm gonna explain to you that actually like I engineered it to go viral, right? It wasn't luck at all. And I think now to go over these points and especially like the intros, the good quality, the arrangement, the viral effect, I'm gonna just start analyzing some of my beats so that it's clearer for you to understand what characteristics all these beats have. Okay, so here I like open a bunch of ones. They are like the best performing ones for me. This one got 2.6 million views, 1.8 million, 1.4 million, and also the NLE Chopper one, which I think is particularly good for this example. First thing that we want to look at is obviously the retention. I told you this is one of the most important parts, so we gotta put a lot of attention into this, okay? You can see this is basically the graphic showing where people are clicking off the video, okay? It means that when they click off, the video is starting to get more boring and blah blah blah. They click off, we get less watch time and less views. A very good retention graphic is when this line is completely flat. Like that means that a viewer clicks on the video, stays through the whole thing, and then leaves like the video because obviously it's finished. That's the ideal thing. So the more flat it is, the better it is. You can notice that this intro was particularly good for the whole reason that once like a person clicks, you can see here, there's some click offs because I mean maybe it's not the beat that they expected and stuff, but then like for the first 30 seconds, the line is going upwards, and this is exactly what we want. I'm gonna just make the examples for the beat, and then I'm explaining to you how you achieve this. Okay, even here, boom, flat intro. So, it was good for the algorithm. Again, here, another very good. You see how similar they are? Look, like if we compare them, they're all very similar. You notice that, right? I don't have the analytics of this one because I don't want to switch channel and fuck up the whole YouTube page. But, it's gonna be pretty similar as well. So how do we achieve this? First of all, I'm not even gonna spend time talking about this, but obviously the beat gotta be good quality. I can't tell you how to make good beats in this video. That's a whole nother point. I assume you're already good if you want to start selling your stuff. But there's actually a way I told you, like to know if your beats are good. And you can simply go to your competitors, like even this beat of mine, listen to it, compare it to your beat. If there's a big gap in like the quality of it, that's how you know that you still need to get better. But yeah, this is like the first step. It's pretty obvious. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it. Now, the intro, bro, this is what I see a lot of producers fuck up, and it's really, really, really important. So, what I did on these beats to make the intro interesting and what you can learn from them. I think I'll just let you listen to the intro of all of these, and then we're gonna comment on it. So, I'm not gonna say anything, I'll just let you hear to the beat. See if it's recording. Okay, it's recording the audio. And let's keep track of the time. So right now it's like 70 seconds. Look also at the line here as it moves, right? Want to see the retention and how it goes. Okay, around here there's a beat drop and the retention is still high. And then basically this starts, right? The actual beat drop is here. So it's 35, 37 seconds. Let's skip to the other one. Or actually, bro, you know what? Let's comment this first, this beat first. So what I did on this beat that got the attention of my audience and actually made it engaging. First of all, you probably have noticed that there's a famous sample in the intro, right? And that's a very big part because, you know, you remember when I said that I make hood beats? You expect a hood, like a hard aggressive beat right away as soon as you click into it. I took really advantage of that because I know what my audience wants, so I just tease it. And by teasing it, you're basically making them wait for what they actually crave for what they actually click for, right? Splurge that beat, we all know how they sound like. So you just give them time to realize that they're getting to that point. And by me putting a sample that looks like has nothing to do with the sound, I created a viral effect. Where is it? Right here. Actually, the intro and the viral effect are usually very related. That makes it be like, whoa, wait, what is going on here? What is this sample doing here, right? And like I put it in a way where it's like, it creates like kind of that creepy effect because it's so slow down. It's kind of like the pitch is like going up and down. So you can tell this is not really part of the beat, but it's more like an introduction to it. And plus, it lasts like for 20 seconds until then you have the beat drop. So boom, I boosted the watch time like that, right? And this beat is easily recognizable because you see this thumbnail, you see the name, which is No Face, No Case. This is actually a very like even fun and easily recognizable title. So everything is matched perfectly to create a viral product. Let's listen to this one.
Here this morning, police are looking for a suspect or suspects rather
Look at the
in a
retention.
deadly shooting. 2 people were shot and killed. DPD, they released this video here. A red car pulls up, 4 masked men get out and run toward a store with guns.
Yeah, here you have the intro. Notice how the beat hasn't dropped yet. Look what he says here. Percentage of viewers still watching around 30-second mark is higher than typical. Boom, he blew up. And then you have the beat drop. So around, bro, precisely 30 seconds right there. Like I'm not saying bullshit, bro. I was actually doing it. What's the viral effect here and how is this intro good? First of all, I put like a news from like a shootout because obviously it didn't make sense for the hood aggressive sound. It's like, you know those gangster shootouts and stuff. So it kind of sets the mood. And remember, hearing someone talking is way more engaging than simply listening to music. So this gets attention as soon as possible. And apart from that, there's also a famous sample, which is the Law and Order one that kind of builds up until the beat drops. So once again, someone talking, the average viewer is like, oh, wait, this is interesting, right? I never heard something like this. So keep listening. Once again, it's more simple than you might think. So let's go to the other one then. This is actually different, but so let's still let you listen to it. Again, look at that. The percentage of viewers still watching around the 30-second mark is 92%, bro. That's almost every person that clicks into it basically listens to the whole intro. And that's crazy. This is exactly what you aim for. Okay, you got a sample. Still hasn't dropped.
Hey, yo, Daniel, what's this?
Boom, 30 seconds right there, bro. Like, again, you see how the pattern is repeating itself. And the retention graphic is still the similar to all the other ones that I showed you. What I did in this intro, simply I had a sample playing, because since it was engaging, it was already like pretty full melodically. Just let it play and wait 30 seconds for the beat drop. And it drops perfectly into a hard beat that matches the splurge sound. Once again, viral product. Go here, click.
Hey, yo, Daniel, what's this?
Boom, like you got a beat drop and you can start freestyling on it. You can listen even to this one.
Hey, fuck you, man.
See how there's a speech.
Who put this thing together? Me. That's who.
First 5 seconds. And then there's like this low pass intro. So it's like you can already hear the beat, but you're not listening to it right away, right? The whole point of intros, bro, is to tease the beat, okay? obviously every situation is different, bro. Like I can't tell you some rules to create these viral effects. Like you see how I did different things like in every beat. That's why bro, that's why buying courses is so bullshit. And that's why I don't even sell a course. I'm literally selling myself to work one-on-one with people because every situation is different. So I can't give you, oh yeah, guys buy my course because I have the secret sauce for every beat. You can't do that, bro. And that's why I'm so fed up with like the producer saying that, because it's not, you can't do that, right? And I'm showing this to you how this viral effects is different from every occasion, right? And these for the intros. Now, even to go more in depth, bro, you know what I'm about to do? I'm about to open an FLP of the last beat that I showed you. They got me 13,000 views in one day, because I think since this beat is going crazy viral right now, I want to show you what I did in there, just to go as in depth impossible as possible. Okay, I was connected to FL Studio for my mic now, so the quality is gonna be a little bit lower, but it's just to make you like to show you the beat and how I did it. Okay, this is the FLP basically, and I'm gonna break down to you what I did to like make this beat engaging for like YouTube, right? So I'll just let you listen until like here where there's like the hook. And once again, I'm not even gonna say anything, but here's when the beat drops and it's 28 seconds, bro. So this already gives you a big hint, but yeah, I'll let you listen to it.
Daniel, what's up?
Still hasn't dropped, by the way. There's not an 808 yet. It's like old pieces to the beat drop. Boom, you have the beat drop right there. So what made this beat go viral? You remember when I said what I do in FL Studio is not what you hear on YouTube, because this is how I exported the beat. But if you listen to the actual beat on YouTube, look what I added at the beginning. Let's see if it loads up. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
Take a look at some terrifying video here. It shows a shootout at a gas station.
You heard this?
You can
Is
see
this
a man
familiar
walking
to
out
you?
of the store. Another man with a gun in his waistband is following him. Then the man goes to his car and pulls out an AK-style pistol. Moments later, both start firing shots at one another. You can see
It
the
sounds
bullets
similar
hitting
to
the
these to me,
windshield.
bro.
It's incredible. The suspect runs off as the driver continues
And look at the
firing
time.
him.
And notice when the beat drops. I'ma skip.
Daniel, what's up?
And it's boom. 51 seconds is when the beat actually dropped. That's a crazy high watch time, bro. And I added the speech after I finished the beat, because that's simply what I like doing. Because let's say I want to send this beat to an industry artist, obviously I don't want him to send it with the intro. That's what I recommend you to do. Usually I add them later as I upload the beat. And yeah, now that I have the FLP open, I think it's cool also to concentrate on the arrangement. I think I talked enough about the intro, so let's see what I did arrangement-wise. First of all, you don't want to have a drop until 30 seconds, and I think that's clear. So basically, everything that you do before that is just to tease the drop. You can either have only the melody, but usually what I like to do, I mean, again, this depends on the beat, bro. So I'm telling you what I'm doing for my beats, and maybe, and like hopefully you can apply to your niche. I'm gonna make you even some other examples, but I think this is gonna do the job. So here, don't have the 808. It's just like some other type of drums here. Okay.
Daniel, what's up?
Even here, I have a stomp. I switched up the sections just to make it more interesting. The rule should be that every 8 bars you gotta switch something in order to not make the beat boring. So here I will switch something out of the 8 bars, but I'm still haven't dropped the beat, okay? Can keep listening to it. 8 bars pass by, and I have the drop with something different. And even in the hook, which is supposed to be this one, there's different sections every 8 bars. So you have this one, but if I click on this one, it's already different. If I click on this one, it's already different. 8 bars is already different. You see, like, I sound autistic, bro, by saying the same shit, but I really want this to get into your head because it's what is actually making these beats go viral. And on top of that, I also added a viral effect. So we had an engaging intro by itself on the beat, and I added a viral effect into it. Boom. Good arrangement. Like, bro, this is like This is the exact sauce, bro, that I'm using on every single one of these beats, and every single beat on YouTube follows this pattern right here. So like you can even copy like this section right here, and what I want you to do as you make the beat is literally like, I don't know, you can even do it on paper, good quality. All right, we got it, we know our beat is good. Engaging intro, we got it, even without the intro, like without the speech at the beginning. Arrangement, every bars with something, that's good. Viral effect, added the speech at the beginning, boom. Like there's no way why a beat like this shouldn't go viral and print money for you, right? um and yeah, bro, like this is exactly it. For the good quality, like again, I can tell you like a lot of stuff for me is just about like leveling sound and getting the beat to sound good. So I literally just add a soft clipper and made the 808 clip like crazy, and boom, right there you have a viral beat. Now, if we want to go more in depth on what actually are the most common viral effects, again, this depends on the niches. So for every niche, I'm gonna tell you what like usually the most popular viral effects are. For example, going on the freestyles, I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I'll show you a real life example so that you actually see I'm not like saying bullshit out of my ass, but I'm actually like saying some serious stuff. Usually these freestyle beats don't have any speeches or stuff like that, but their intros tend to be very long and with a lot of variations. Usually what they use is the starter effect. So I don't know if you ever listened to Neon Guts by Pharrell Williams and Lil Uzi Vert, or by Shot of Flow by Annalie Choppa. That's the most famous example I can make you. But like they have the beat that starts with like the starter effect, and then like it keeps going. I'll let you listen to it, bro. It's easier said. Uh, it's easier done than said. That doesn't even make sense, but bear with me for a second. I literally just click on I actually like the beats from John Beats. Shout out to him. I'll let you listen to this most popular one. Oh, actually, this doesn't have the starter effect, but as I told you, it got like a long melody and with a lot of variation. You'll see what I'm talking about. Then I'll make you some other examples. Take a look always at the time here. Variation every bar. See how we got all the little effects and stuff on the melody. 30 seconds, boom, it dropped. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Everybody be doing this shit, bro. It's not a secret. Everybody's doing it. Now, this guy doesn't have the starter effect, but it actually got a long melody, which is what I told you. Maybe this won't have it. Okay, maybe John Beats doesn't do that.
Take a look at some.
Let's see if I can make some. Okay, yeah, it's probably his signature style. I made the worst example that I can make. But I'm pretty sure that, like, if I scroll through some beats here, you're gonna find the intro I'm talking about. Boom. Literally, I just said that and I found a beat like that. Stutter effect, long melody, boom, viral effect. This is usually what these freestyle beats are about. For the hood one, here's where you can get crazy creative. I see people doing different stuff every time, but as you heard from me, usually have like the TV speeches from like, I don't know, gangster related. You can have movie scenes, usually from gangster movies. Bro, I can't even talk, like I can't even write, but I'll just make you some examples from my channel, right? You could have like Scarface, taken from Scarface and shit like that. See if I have an example. Oh, there, bro. Like 5 days ago, 37,000 views. This beat is going crazy viral as well. Guess why? Because I applied a viral effect into it. This is from Scary Movie. It creates like that funny effect that it's in contrast with the hard, dark splurge sound. And it boosts the watch time.
I mean, it was like bang.
How close were you to the victim?
Real close. Until the roofies wore off. Then she woke up talking about pressing charges. So I just pulled my tongue. Run, bitch! Run!
Boom, the beat drops. Okay?
Yeah, what's up?
So this is, for example, part of a movie. Or you could have samples in the beginning. And bro, you literally listen to, what even am I writing? But you literally listen to this one. He literally got a sample at the beginning. And this guy, drums and samples, his whole strategy relies on having samples at the beginning, bro. I can make you listen to examples, even though that takes some time. But if you listen to the most popular beats, that's what it's gonna be like. Hear the sample. Can skip. Around 50 seconds there, the beat drop. Again, I know I'm being redundant as fuck. You might hate me at this point. You might be like, bro, this kid is annoying as fuck. This is what people are doing. This is how you get views, bro. So, it's always the same stuff. Oh, with R&B, here's different. Usually they have a lot of vocal samples. Remember when I said that hearing someone saying stuff is way more engaging than simply listening to music? This beat on my mind every day. The title reflects exactly what the sample is saying. Look. Let me put on 2x. Listen to what the sample says. Boom, bro. Like, and this is a viral effect. This dude hasn't done it because he liked how it sounded. He done it because he engineered the beat to go viral. This is like the whole point around it. For the underground beats, usually it's just the samples. As you can see, all of them have it. Or even these usually have speeches, motivational speeches, most of the cases. You wanna know who done it? Let me look for it. Our boy Tori, bro. He's on the community. He's following the advice, and I'm telling you, and it's working. So I'll listen to the most popular beats.
If you only hear
Boom,
one thing
bro.
today, let it be this.
What a surprise!
You
bro.
are on the right path. You are right on time.
But yeah, like this right
Don't
here is
stress
another
over
viral
things
effect,
you
bro.
don't have control over. Everything
I think
will fall
you got
into
the point.
place.
But these are usually the most important, like the most overused, not in a bad way, but literally what are working the best. Even low pass intros work a lot. The NLE Chopper one had it. Do you remember how I was teasing the beat? It was because I was using a low pass intro right there. And yeah, bro, you can get creative with this, and these all come part of the viral effect. Another thing that a lot of producers do is use like a signature style sound, like usually on effects. For me, bro, it was the knock sound, okay? Like the one from the door. You can hear it in a lot of beats. Let's see if you can hear it into the recent one that I put.
Take a look. Pistol. Suspect runs off as the driver can.
Oh, actually, this one doesn't have it. But I think I put it, for example, in this one. Oh, and see, like this beat still hasn't been uploaded, but I'm already doing what I told you. Speech at the intro. You see the knock sound? This is my signature style. Everybody started using them after I started. So people recognize me from those. And yeah, bro, like, I know I'm being redundant, but this is really it. So just to recap, we have a good quality beat. Okay, we check that. Engaging intros. Okay, we do that by not having the beat drop until 30 seconds. Can get creative with that. Arrangement, we gotta make sure that every 8 bars we're switching something or adding something new to the beat. Viral effect, we gotta add something to the intro or to the beat overall that makes us stand out from the other producers. Boom. Start printing money, start having your channel monetized in 30 days. Everything stops being a guessing game, but it actually starts becoming a clear strategy that you can start following. All right, so we now know that our branding is on point. We know how to move based on the niche that we found, and we understood how to fill the gap to build our brand on, right? So either if the niche is saturated or there's an offer that nobody else is doing. Now we know also how to have a good viral product that can actually get views and is ready to, be uploaded on YouTube, obviously based on the niche that you found. I think that was obvious, but I mean, you gotta make beats that are related to the niche that you're following. Now it's just time to upload it. So I think we can open a section 4 and we're gonna go over the upload section. And here is where most producers are gonna get scared because it's where all the theory is gonna be put in practice. Later on, I'm also doing a section on the mindset that you need to have to correctly sustain a type beat channel, because results can come a little late, especially at the beginning. It's like if your first times, it's cool to do something wrong, so it might take a little to see results. I'm gonna go over how to get over that phase and be, confident about your channel and expect results as soon as possible. Okay, the uploads. This is pretty straightforward, but I've already showed you how not only I make the beat on FL Studio, I also do something else when I have to upload it on YouTube. Now, A lot depends on the niche that you're doing. Usually, the main type of uploads that you have is just a steady image or a visualizer in the actual upload. And you can have like two different situations based on what you do. For the image, you literally just take it from Pinterest and you put it in your editing software, right? I use CapCut, for example. Right now, as you can see, y'all can see that I'm editing the course for y'all, but I'm gonna open a new one, and you can literally like pull up a image of whatever artist you want, or like whatever niche you're following, can put it in there, adjust the ratio to the one for YouTube, and boom, you have the image. You can literally just put the beat, and the upload is ready to be done. But that's not the case for every like channel, obviously. If we check, for example, Tori channel, you can see he slowly fades into a visualizer. Okay, I mean, if you know a little bit of editing, this might be obvious for you, but the way you want to do it, for example, in this case, you can look above the names, um, YouTube video, like a music video, you can go there, copy it. You can use Cobalt to download. I mean, you can download the video, um, and you can edit it and put it in your editing software for you know, to have it as a visualizer. I can show it how I can download a video for YouTube safety lines. So I mean, yeah, you can just find a way to download it. Yeah, let's just say it like that. And that's how you have your visualizer. That's not the important part actually, because I really want to go over the SEO score mostly, like of the beat, and how to make it look clean. So for example, once again, I'll use my beat as an example, actually the most recent one I uploaded, so that it's clearer for you. Remember when we're talking about the artist and how you should go about that? Now, since my niche is already very specific, I need a very broad title, okay? The more broad is the niche, the more specific gotta be the title. And this usually goes, for the freestyle beats or the trap beats, even for some R&B type beats, okay? We already talked about the title, so this should already be clear to you. You can add another artist based on what the market needs for the gap that there's in there. What I want to go over though is the actual description and the tags, and how to make sure that the conversion rate is the highest as possible. Now, let me pull up the other beat I had so that it's easier for you. Oh, actually, I had to upload. Yeah. You see, okay. Actually, I'm gonna make a real life example here. So I don't know why the description is so fucked up right now. So I'll just adjust it for you, and I'm explaining to you what I'm doing in the process. All right. So have it like this, Instagram, and then the section for the text. Okay, this is a cool description right here. So what I did, as you can notice, okay, I have the title that makes sense for the beat that we're uploading. The first thing in your description gotta be the purchase link, okay? The reason we want to put it first is because we gotta make sure that the artist is the first thing that they see is the link to purchase the beat, okay? So it's easier for them to just see it and okay, oh yeah, it gotta be a no-brainer to basically direct them to your BeatStars, whatever you're using, right? So they just can click on that and it's gonna direct them to BeatStars. And this is like the most important part about the intros. You see, directs them to my beat store, they can purchase it, blah blah blah. Yeah. Also, usually I put like a sentence stating that this beat is free for non-profit only, so that they know they can just steal it and make money out of it. BPM and key, this is something that some artists find useful to have. And I have like the contact me options, right? So the Instagram and the email. Okay, now let's go over the tags also right quick. Most producers think it's crucial to have the right tags in order to make a beat blow up. They're not the most important part, but if you want your beat to rank on the top searches, it's important to have this. And I'm also tell you a little strategy that I use to keep my channel like relevant even for other niches and more broad. First of all, the general rule for tags is you gotta play around the title, right? If it's splurge type beat in this case, you see how I'm doing free for profit splurge type beat, free splurge type beat, no melody splurge type beat. I'm just playing around the keywords and I'm putting myself in the artist's shoes and what they might be looking for when they're looking for a beat, okay? most of the cases they're looking for like I'm looking for genre close to mine, artist close to mine, and then some more generic keywords. So here's the process I go for. Let me write it down so it's clearer for you. So the first step gotta be the artist, okay? So the actual main one that you're targeting. And you can see that I'm doing that by putting first free splurge type beat, free splurge type beat. You know, I'm just playing around with it. After that, we go to related artists. So I'm gonna put like second or third artist depending on what you're doing. And I'm gonna show you what I did for that. I put Anali Choppa type beat, Big Gabo type beat because they're similar, Free Anali Choppa type beat and stuff like that. And then you can go even more in depth and you can go for the genre. In this case, they are similar to no melody type beats. So I'll put that. Free for profit, no melody type beat. No melody type beat. No melody splurge type beat, okay? If you were doing R&B, you could be putting for the main artist, like it can be even R&B type beat because that's the actual keyword. Second artist, it could be, for example, Drake or Bryson Tiller or Brent Fayez, you see? And the genre, I mean, we said it is R&B, so this can go along well together in some cases. And on top of that, then we go to the generic keywords. And this is actually where the sauce be, because once you start getting views, those keywords will help you rank on the top searches once your beat starts to blow up. In fact, now I get majority of my views literally from the word type beat. And I'm gonna show you right quick so that you know I'm not lying. If I go on advanced mode and I'll go from traffic source, why is not? Okay, traffic source. Why is it not letting me click on that, bruh? I think I gotta translate it to Italian, or either way, it's gonna be bugged. Okay, yeah, I'm on traffic sources right now. And you can see YouTube research. This is what it's saying here. This is just the last 28 days, but I could put annual. I got this year, I got my majority of my views from literally the word beats and type beats, freestyle beats, beat, rap beats. So it's just one of them is actually splurge type beat. Isn't that crazy to you? I mean, now that I'm used to it, for me, it's pretty much normal, but it's what I'm saying here. You want to put these more generic keywords like, yeah, rap, beat, free type beat, all that stuff. Type beat 2025, so that you can make sure you're ranking on those as well. You can, something that you can do is paste the same tags on the settings of your channel. So you can go here and put on the, the keywords and also in the description if you want. All right. Okay, so that's it for the uploads. I'm not, I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward. Majority of the stuff you actually doing on the video and on the thumbnail and the branding that you create. Talking about branding, once again, you gotta make sure that your channel looks clean, bro. As soon as you start uploading, it gotta start looking clean and it gotta start making sense. So you gotta have all thumbnails that are similar to each other, right? All of these channels, you can see they have similar thumbnails. Well, maybe not this one, but you have seen that. I mean, yeah, my Anali Choppa channel and basically all of the ones that I showed you. Even this guy, if I open it, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be consistent. Yeah. Okay. And that's pretty much it for the uploads. All right. So you really gotta focus on the keywords that you put and basically how you choose your artist title and the thumbnails. Okay, that's the most important part. If you need a recap on what we said about how to find them, you gotta associate the sound that you wanna go for from the viral idea to one of the sections. Okay, and that's how you know what thumbnails you gotta choose. And from there, you just go for the title. You really gotta make similar to the viral idea that you took it from. For enough sample type beat, I haven't, like this guy haven't, Pablo didn't add anything crazy, literally just another artist to fill in the gap. We took the Anali Choppa beats. I literally just put Anali Choppa type beat and then added the hard tag. So you can see what I'm saying here. All right. And this is it for the uploads. Okay. Now, a thing that is also worth talking about what you should expect in the next 30 days of when you start uploading and how to start being consistency and what consistency even mean for the channel, right? Let's take once again my Anali Choppa one because it's a brand new one and it only had 23 uploads. So it's way easier and way like faster to visualize. First of all, let's start talking about the consistency. All of these uploads, all of these videos have been uploaded one after another, like every day. Let me see if it's recording the audio. Okay, perfect. Just gotta make sure. One after another, right? So every day. That should be like something that you should consider doing. One beat every day. The least minimum that you can do is one beat every like 3 days. That's really the bare minimum you can do if you really want to see fast results. As long as you can be consistent to it. Remember, like every schedule works as long as you can be consistent with it. You can keep up with it over a long period of time. But the more you upload, the more you upload, usually the better it is. Oh, why did disconnected me from the account, bro? Guess I'm opening too many channels. Okay, yeah, I actually have the NLE shop on one here open, so I'm not complaining, bro. These were some times that I was doing, but okay. So you can see how I was uploading these beats every single day from the moment I started the channel. And that's exactly what made them go viral, as you can see. So consistency is basically is not just with uploads, but it's also with the branding. We already talked about that, but it's worth to be repeated, right? And basically what you should expect is if you do everything correctly from what I told you, you should see in 30 days things should start to get moving, right? And how you know if you see that things are start moving, usually my like threshold is you should at least see a bit getting more than 20k views, maybe even 50k, I'd say. That's how you know that it's really getting traction. For example, oh bro, I got disconnected really so bad from that account, bro. But yeah, gotta log in back in. But yeah, you gotta know, like, you know, if you're doing something correctly, if like in the first 30 days you got at least like a bit to 50k views. If not, you repeat the whole process. All right. Now, I want to go to the final section, which is the check-in one. So once you start uploading, you got everything right. You just got to check how the channel go. Here's where you got to use analytics, not as a hobbyist, but as an actual engineer, like as an actual fucking scientist, bro. In this step, the most important part is learning from mistakes. So important. Not only from mistakes, but also from what is working for you, right? So let's go back to my main Type Beat channel. Since I got disconnected to it, I'll just look it up on YouTube right here. At the beginning, I started doing low pass intros, right? And I saw and I noticed that they were working well. It got me a beat. This beat was starting to blow when I started doing them. What I did, I analyzed the watch time of each video so that the retention was high. I associated with the intros that I was doing. Okay, Lopez, boom, kept going with it, kept going, kept getting views. So the process that you want to go for is actually start studying your analytics. Okay, every upload that you do, you want to go here and start fucking studying them, right? So you want to look at the retention graphic and start kind of thinking about what you could improve with that. This retention graphic is not the best one, so what I can do, oh, okay, yeah, this beat hasn't gotten crazy views, but let me see what I can learn from it. Okay, the intro was already with a melody. Maybe it's not really the sound that my audience likes. It's already very melodic. Maybe it should have been more hard, more simple. He got ready the 808, so you see, like, it's not the perfect one. While if I compare it to the most popular beat, things are way different. Let me pull up the analytics. Oh, this retention graphic looks way different from the one I showed you. And so is the beat itself. So if you saw that something like this would have worked. Now I haven't kept uploading on this because, bro, I open these channels just as stats, bro. Like I literally just do them for fun and just to showcase to people that it's not luck, but it's actually about a strategy. So don't bear in mind why I haven't kept uploading. But if I would have had to kept uploading, I would have exactly kept using this same like intro and structure of the beats. So maybe a little speech at the beginning, a low pass intro that then goes to the melody, then to the beat drop, and boom. So just to recap, the most important metrics that you should look at is obviously this retention graphic right here and compare it to the beat. So what is going on in the graphic that is like comparable to the beat, okay? So a good exercise that you can do is look at the graphic and at the meanwhile look at the section of the video.
Who put this thing
Okay.
together? Me. That's who.
So from the moment my Lopez intro started, the retention has been crazy high. So that means that I can keep going with a crazy, like with that type of intros. Click-through rate is also important. Usually a good click-through rate goes between 10%, which is a decent one, to 20%, which is like a goated one. But 13.4% out of 10 million impressions, that's still very good. That managed to get me 2 million views, right? So if the click-through rate is low, then you gotta fix the thumbnails. In this case, it was good, so I managed to find already like a type of thumbnail that work well for me. Okay. Another thing that you can also do is look at the YouTube search and also the suggested videos that are suggesting your content and see what is going on with like your competition, so that you can have as much data as possible to compare your channel to what the others are doing, right? So the YouTube search could be, for example, what search terms, sorry, are recommend your beats. So now if you want to see it, okay, yeah, I don't even remember how to look at it, but you can see that. And basically you repeat this process for every beat that you upload until you find a strategy and something that clicks in, bro, because that's the moment right there. As soon as you see that something is working, you go lean on that. Boom, like literally you put all of your energy and focus into what your audience likes. You know, there's this thing that, talking about like mindset, that I mentioned before. As producers, we think that a beat is good only if we think it's good. Good is decided by your audience. So you don't know if a beat is good until you upload it and you see how many views it gets. I got a crazy story for this, bro. But my most popular beats are beats that I hate, but my audience like them, right? So that's not a bad beat at all. That's a good beat because my audience love them. All of these beats, bro. There's not, maybe just this I like that a little bit, but you know that's not the point of it. All of these beats I thought they weren't good, but my audience loved them. That's the whole point about it, bro. And I studied the analytics under them, and I kept getting better and better and better and fixing every little detail until I find a strategy that lets me get 13,000 views in one single day of an upload. Okay. And yeah, bro, like I think I literally told you everything. This is like the exact roadmap I use for every single beat. All right, bro, this was the end of it. And if you've come this far, bro, like congratulations, because I truly believe you definitely got the right mindset and motivation to actually make this work. Most producers can't even handle a 2 hour long video where it's literally all the sauce is given straight to them. So now you are 100% sure that you got all of the right information and that you can literally start printing money from your beats. But there's a big but. I think it's also the right time to ask yourself this question. And it should be, how am I sure that what I'm building works exactly for me? Because look, if you've come this far, you know that information is not everything. It's about how you put it in practice and about the guidance that you have. That's the whole point of why I created Six Fig Academy. And it's a program where you can apply to work one-on-one with me, and you have my personal guidance, and I'll be your personal guide and guide you each step of your journey to actually like skip all the bullshit and having the shortcut to start making an income from your beats, as I'm doing already with all of my other students. So if you're tired of guessing, you don't want next year to be another year of you posting beats and having no results to show for it, this is definitely the best opportunity you can take advantage of right now. The link in the description, you can check if there are spots available for the program, and hopefully I will see you in the inside, bro. And bro, I'm not trying to sell you like no bullshit, because literally like I'll just think the results speak for themselves. So with this being said, I really wish you the best of the luck with your journey. And bro, I'll see you on the next ones, and hopefully I'll see you at the top.